first for the visiting Generals of Thomas Nelson. At guard, a senior number 2, Carolyn Middleton. At guard, a freshman number 3, Gracie Curtin. At forward, a junior number 10, Josie Redder. At center, a senior number 14, Caitlin Fleckler. And at forward, a senior number 33, Bethany Orr. Head coach, Patricia Rouse.
John Graves, PA announcer here at Washington County High School. Now for the Commanderettes of Washington County.
And now the starting lineup for your Washington County Commanderettes. At guard, a 5'6" junior, number 4, Amber Murphy. At guard, a 5'5" junior, number 5, Madison Snellen. At guard, a 5'5" sophomore, number 23, Maddie Riley. At forward, a 5'8" senior, number 24, Rebecca Keeling. And at forward, a 5'9" senior, number 32, Megan Cloyd. Associate coach is J.T. Roby. Your head coach, Lena Bramlett.
Washington County will be dressed in the home white uniforms. Blue letters, blue numbers, the gold and blue trim. Navy blue, almost a black for the Thomas Nelson Lady Generals. White letters, white numbers, the white trim. We're ready to get going with this 19th district game. With the call, here's Chad Little Bino Spalding.
Here we go. Hal B, a little height advantage out there for Thomas Nelson. See if that shows up somewhere in this ball game. Got number 14 Fleckler and also number 33 Orr outsizing anybody on the Washington County side. Tip goes to double tip in the center inside the circle. That ball is going to go to Thomas Nelson. Thomas Nelson in the navy blue road uniforms going right to left on your radio dial. Ball comes in. First, Curitan going to run the point inside to Orr at the free throw line. Throws it out of bounds. Turnover. Ball will go to Washington County.
Orr trying to find Fleckler there on that pass, but Fleckler out of reach, out of bounds.
Orr passed up a wide open jump shot from the free throw line.
Yeah, you know, you would have thought maybe, and she's one of the scorers on this team. We saw that last year. You would have thought maybe he should have taken that open shot.
Little 2-3 zone blocked by Orr for Thomas Nelson. Picked up going the other way. Here comes Thomas Nelson. Shot up and good for Fleckler, and a quick timeout for Bramlett. Real early, a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. Fleckler with the basket for Thomas Nelson, the senior on this team, as she got the first bucket to go.
Well, I'm sure if you're Coach Lena Bramlett, you don't want that type of penetration to take place here in this ball game. Fleckler just took it right to the go, easy layup for Thomas Nelson. That cannot continue. You're going to have to retaliate against those easy layups, because I think Thomas Nelson, if they see the open path, they'll continue that all night. And that'll be problems for the Commanderettes.
She might have been a bit upset that they all got beat back too off a turnover.
No coach likes that. You know that.
Absolutely.
There's no replacement for hustle, that's for sure.
You turn the ball over, you better get your butt back, and they didn't do it right there. And Thomas Nelson took a 2-0 lead. Washington County with the basketball, an extended 2-3 zone, another turnover, and almost thrown away by Ryder. Instead, she tipped it in, but was on the sideline, so ball will go back to Washington County.
I'm sure Lena Bramlett's thinking this as well. You know, early season games, take care of the ball. How many times do you say that as a coach? And I'm sure that she is telling this team, please, take care of the ball.
Maddie Riley drives in, kicks it out to Snellen. Snellen for three, no good. Rebound and put up by Murphy, no good. Riley comes up with it on the right side to Cloyd. She drives baseline, nothing there. Double team, throws it away. Picked up by Curitan. Curitan, coast to coast, nobody stops her, kicks it out of bounds. Actually, Snellen comes up with it. She's looking to push. Up to Cloyd quickly, up against Orr, blocked by Orr. Rebound put back by Murphy is good. Actually, that's Keeling with the putback and ties this ball game up 2-2. Full court pressure by the Commanderettes. Orr up court to Fleckler. Shot up in the lane, no good. Ball tapped up loose. Orr comes up with it. Shot up, and she traveled. Turnover, Thomas Nelson. 2-2 early on in this one, 6.5 to go in the first quarter. Bramlett's got some sort of mean stare going on there at somebody.
Matches her sweater.
It must be.
That's a mean, ugly sweater she's got on there.
Is it supposed to be ugly sweater day?
Night.
Yeah. So they got these Christmas sweaters that are pretty loud right now. Riley with it out on the three-point line. Kick over to Murphy. Murphy in the corner to Cloyd. Cloyd drives baseline. Shot up, partially blocked. Rebounded, loose. Rebound is put back up. Cloyd going to chase it down. She picks it up, dribble in the baseline, and again a foul call. First foul of the ball game is going on number 2. Caroline Middleton, her first, team first for Thomas Nelson.
I like that hustle by Cloyd down there. She was really working it hard, coming back up with the ball, and even trying to put herself in position for the shot, but picked up the foul.
Yeah, and outsized in there with
Indeed.
Fleckler and Orr, but she took it right into them, and you got to keep doing that, and maybe you catch one of them in some foul trouble. Riley tried to get it over to Murphy in the corner, and last touch by Thomas Nelson. Ball will stay with the Commanderettes. 5:51 to go here in the first quarter, 2-2 ball game.
Now they have Fleckler at 5'9" and Orr at 6 foot.
They look taller than that.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I think they are. That's undersizing your squad right there. Turnover again, Washington County. Shot up in the lane by Ryder, and she's fouled. Going to get a 2-shot foul here. The foul was on
Amber Murphy. That'll be her first, team first. To the stripe. Ryder will go to the stripe. Josie Ryder.
Got a Josie Ryder who's a junior and an Emma Ryder who's an 8th grader on this team.
First one up and in there.
3-2 Thomas Nelson. Second shot for Ryder at the free throw line is up and good. Nothing but net. Makes it 4-2. Thomas Nelson lead over Washington County. 5:39 to go in the first quarter. Riley with it. Riley apparently cannot go left very good because they're just pushing her to the shot up, no good. Rebounded by Thomas Nelson. Orr with it. Up to Curitan. Curitan pushes to Middleton. Back to Curitan. Shot up in the lane. No good. Rebounded inside by Fleckler. She's fouled. There's some of that size advantage right there, Halby.
Yeah, right off there, working the boards very hard, and a whistle and a foul on Cloyd. That will be her first, team second. Fran Taylor is in the game, a freshman. Been hearing a lot of talk about this freshman, her shooting abilities, but just coming into play this year for the Commanderettes.
Yeah, my daughter's the same age as her. She plays at Marion County, so I've watched her at the middle school level for St. Dominic, and she's a solid player. And we'll be able to help this team out, I think.
Fleckler
second free throw is good. Yeah, 5-2. Thomas Nelson lead, 5:15 to go. Here comes Riley with it. Over to Snellen. Tried to get it back to Riley and does, but it was tipped away. Riley driving, kick out to Taylor. In the corner to Cloyd. Drives in the lane, shot up in the lane, good. Nice look there by Keeling, who has all 4 points for Washington County early on. Full court pressure by the Commanderettes, and they get a turnover. Ball will go to Washington County. Substitution for Thomas Nelson, Madison Brown, number 12, a freshman on this team, checks into the ball game, and Middleton going to have a seat. 1-3-1 extended defense for Thomas Nelson. I mean, they're guarding at the half-court line and beyond, and they have their 2 big girls on that middle line where it makes it real hard to get anything down on the block. Riley try to get it back to Taylor, stolen away. Riley shot up, no good. Chased down by Taylor. She's looking to push. Wild and crazy as she loses control of it. And a timeout as Thomas Nelson picked the ball up, and nice job there by Coach Rouse to get a quick 30-second timeout. Let's take a 30-second timeout. How we're going to send it back to the station, bring it right back. Thomas Nelson leads 5-4 over Washington County. Action, a nice inbounds play drawn up by Coach Rouse in the timeout. Got it to a wide open Fleckler under the basket, and she traveled as she made the layups on no basket. Thomas Nelson leading this one 5-4 over Washington County. 4:27 to go in the first quarter. Maddie Riley bringing it up the court for Washington County. Left side to Taylor. In the corner to Snellen. Back to Taylor. Riley. There's Taylor. Drives in. Snellen, 18-footer. Jump shot good. Nice look there. Nice offense there by Washington County. Full court pressure. Up the court. Nobody there. Oh, we got a tip ball. That ball's going to stay with Thomas Nelson, as one of the officials said.
Yeah, one said Washington, the other said Thomas Nelson, but official on the far side said no, it is Thomas Nelson. Sophomore Abigail Mattingly's in there now, Chad.
Coach Brownlee doesn't like to call for sure. That official was dead set on that somebody touched that, and I didn't think she would have thrown that bad of a pass, but apparently somebody tipped it. Inside, Orr with it. Shot up good as Bethany Orr scores for Thomas Nelson. 7-6, Thomas Nelson leads. Snellen with it. Quickly up the court. Cross court to Taylor. In the corner to Cloyd. Tried to get it inside, and Orr knocked it away. And we got a jump ball as Abigail Mattingly in there for Washington County. She ties up with Orr. Ball will stay with the Commanderettes. Snellen in the corner to Taylor. Taylor for three. Long, no good. Chased down by Riley. Riley going to reset the offense. 3:20 to go in the first quarter. Thomas Nelson 7, Washington County 6. Riley splits the double team. Kicking the corner of Snellen. Snellen for three. Good. Nice job there by Maddie Riley, finding a wide open look for Snellen, and she nails it. Stolen away by Snellen now. Shot up in the lane, foul called, and it's good. Woo! Madison Snellen with a nice steal and take for Washington County.
She told me she was feeling it tonight. Comes back with a three the regular way. Now she gets a chance for a three the old-fashioned way with that layup. And coming in, 7 points, 7 the 11 for Washington County. Foul on Madison Brown, her first team second for Thomas Nelson.
Snellen looking to give Washington County a 5-point lead with a make here. Shot is up and rattles out. Ball loose, rebounded by Fleckler for Thomas Nelson. Cross court to Curitan. Curitan with Taylor all over her. Back to Fleckler. Shot up in the lane, no good. Nice take, but rebounded by Mattingly for Washington County. And we got a jump ball. Ball's going to go to Thomas Nelson. A lot of reaching in there, and if you're an official, you can break that reach-in stuff by calling a foul rather than a tie-up ball, but that time the official called a tie-up.
Yeah, and I'm fine with that. But, you got to be consistent through the game, and that's not that they haven't been tonight, but let's see how we progress throughout the evening.
Shot up in the lane off the inbounds is Orr, who got a wide-open layup there again. That size advantage for Thomas Nelson.
At 6 foot,
shows
she really had a nice post in there. Picks up her 4th point.
11-9, Washington County lead. 2.5 to go in the first quarter. Snellen with it. Dribbles in, then back out. Back to Riley. Riley, kick over to the right side to Snellen. One dribble, picks it up to Mattingly at the free throw line. One more pass. Taylor open for three. Long, no good. Rebounded by Snellen. Shot up, no good. Ball loose. Mattingly chases it down. Blocked by Orr. Orr comes up with a loose ball. Nice defense that time by Thomas Nelson. Right side. Middleton out to Curitan. Shot up for three. No good. Rebounded, put back and up. Good by Woodward.
Nice play. Found Woodward wide open for the easy layup, and a timeout by Washington County. 32nd. We'll keep it here this time with 1:49 to go here in the first quarter of play. We're all tied up at 11 all. Hal Good, Chad Lilbino Spalding on hand for this district game. I want to remind you that if you'd like to pick up the game, a couple of easy ways to do it, not only by just tuning into 100.9 WLSK, but we do have the free app that's easy to do. My buddy Jimmy Wethington even finally figured it out. Only took him 3 years, and he figured it out. Just go to your Android or your Apple store and type in WLSK FM, and you can download the app, and it is free, or go online to WLSKFM.com.
Yeah,
I didn't tell you it took me 4 years. So.
That's pretty amazing that you can hear how
Jim Reed 6 years.
And Chad Spalding worldwide. You know, that's
there you go. I think Jim Reed figured it out in like 60 seconds. He's kind of a techie guy anyway.
He is kind of a tech guy. He probably had his buddy Chad Hood, who is the super tech guy, down at the bank, fix it up for him.
Develop the app for us. Knowing those guys, they're super duper nerds. They know how to figure that stuff out. Washington County comes back out, and down court had a lot of confidence, but just throw it away, Chad, tied up at 11 all.
Pretty sure that's not what Coach Bramlett drew up in that last time out. Ball game is tied, though, 11-11, 1:38 to go here in the first quarter. Is this I'm not familiar with Coach Rouse. Is she a new coach over there this year?
I know she was there at least the past year, so not too familiar with Coach Rouse.
So the face doesn't.
She had a nice year last year, though.
Shot up for three, no good by Thomas Nelson. Ball is last touched by Thomas Nelson. Washington County with the basketball, 1:20 to go. In the first quarter, 11-11 ball game. About as evenly matched as we thought in pregame, Hal.
I think just like last year, and that's where I saw Coach Rouse just really do a nice job in some of her coaching against Washington County last year. Won both games.
Shot up in the lane by Mattingly, no good. Rebounded by Taylor. Kick out to Murphy. Murphy, 18-footer, no good. Rebounded by Woodward for Thomas Nelson. Here comes Curtin with it, looking to push in the corner to Brown. Traveling call, turnover, Thomas Nelson. Into the lineup for Washington County. Number 32, Megan Cloyd back in there, and Keeling going to have a seat. Another substitution for Washington County, and Brianna Brady checks into the ball game for Washington County. A little bit of size there for sure. Not sure the skill level, but we'll see if she can at least size up in there with some of the bigger Thomas Nelson generals. Are they lady generals or just generals?
I call them the lady generals.
Yes. On the KHS website, it just says generals. So I was confused this afternoon. Riley with it. Over to Murphy. Picks up her dribble. Out to Riley. 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. Cloyd with it. Back to Murphy. Shot up. Pump shot. In the lane. No good. Partially blocked. And here comes Thomas Nelson the other way. 20 seconds. Murphy tips it away. And the ball will go back to Thomas Nelson. That nice hustle that time by Murphy to get back after the turnover.
A female can be a general.
They can.
But a male cannot be a commanderette. At least over in Washington County.
Shot up from three is good by Middleton for Thomas Nelson. 10 seconds to go. 14-11, Thomas Nelson. Here comes Riley. 6 seconds. In the corner to Cloyd. Tried to get it back to Riley, nobody there. Shot up at the buzzer is no good, and that's going to do it for 1 quarter of play here at Washington County. Thomas Nelson's Lady Generals 14, Washington County Commanderettes 11. Let's take a 1-minute timeout, bring you back for the second quarter right here on 100.9 WLSK.
See you on TV, sunset shit done change. Ever since we was on, I dreamed it all. Ever since I was young, they said I won't be nothing. Now they always say congratulations. Worked so hard, forgot how to vacation. They ain't never had the dedication. People hate and say we change and look, we made it. Yeah, we made it.
Back here at Washington County High School, shot up by Snelling, no good to start the quarter, rebounded by Washington County. 14-11, Thomas Nelson lead. Snelling with it in the corner, looks inside, nothing there amongst the trees. Back out top to Riley. Riley, shot fake. Goes around, over to Murphy on the left side, back to Riley. And tipped, last touch by Thomas Nelson. That was Madison Brown who got a hand on it. That extended zone really causing some trouble right now for Washington County.
Yeah, good hustle by Brown on that one. Had her hands on it, but just couldn't hang on to it.
Murphy with it on the left side. Over to Riley on the right side now. 1-2 dribbles. Gets it to, try to get it to Cloyd in the corner. Don't know what she was going to do with it way down there.
Brown again. And they're on the defense for Thomas Nelson.
They got some length. I mean, you look at Brown and Orr and Fleckler out there, and they're all got, long arms and, pretty tall gal. Murphy with it off the inbounds. Shot up in the lane, blocked, and a foul call. See who this one's going to go on.
That could change the pace of the game. You see that foul on Josie Ryder. It's been really, as Amber Murphy goes to stripe, Amber Murphy's not 6 foot. She's got a lot of aggression about her, and she took it right inside, and she'll be at the stripe shooting too.
First shot's up and no good. Coach Rouse asking the official about that one. Thought she may have got a good block there, and from my angle, looked like a solid block as well.
I agree. But again, there you go.
That's why
consistent
we're up
calling.
here.
Yeah, consistent calling. We'll see what happens throughout the evening as Murphy does hit her second one, Chad.
14-12, Thomas Nelson leads, 7:10 to go here in the second quarter at Washington County High School. Homecoming night with Hal B. Good and Chad Littlebino Spalding. Shot up in the lane, a wild one, no good by Curitan. Rebounded by Brown, and she's fouled. She'll go to the line for 2.
Well, Brown was so close to being over the back, but was able to come up with it as Cloyd picks up number 2 for the Commanderettes. At the stripe was Brown to shoot 2.
First shot's up and good for Brown into the Washington County lineup. Number 2, Abigail Mattingly, and Cloyd going to have a seat with 2 fouls for Coach Bramlett.
As a team, Thomas Nelson 4 for 5 from the charity stripe so far in this first half. Brown 1 for 1.
Second free throw, no good. 15-12, Thomas Nelson lead. Riley looking to push quickly to Murphy. Murphy looked inside, nothing there. Tried to get it into Keeling and stolen away. Ball is loose on the floor. Still, Keeling comes up with it and gets it back to Riley. Nice hustle by both teams there as the ball is loose on the floor for a few seconds and bodies all over the place. Riley with it. Drives the lane, shot up, wild one, no good. Gets her own rebound. Put back is good. Maddie Riley with a nice offensive rebound and put back. Cuts the lead to 1. 15-14, Thomas Nelson lead. Four-court pressure stolen away by Riley. Riley up and under, blocked by Orr. Nice timing there by Bethany Orr to get that block. And the ball will go back to Washington County. Number 2, Caroline Middleton, has checked back into the ball game for Thomas Nelson. Snelling up to Murphy. Back to Snelling. Snelling pulls up for 3. No good. Loose ball foul. I think that's going to go on Murphy. A little bit of contact there. And the foul was called.
Be her second, Chad.
And she's going to come out of the ball game with 2 fouls. With 6 minutes to go here in the second quarter, Coach Bramlett with Cloyd and Murphy, 2 starters on the bench with 2 fouls. Doesn't want those gals to pick up that third.
Yeah, 4th team foul on Washington County.
15-14, Thomas Nelson lead against the pressure. Here comes Fleckler. Shot up in the lane, no good, but she's fouled. Fleckler's got some pretty nice moves in there. Just hadn't been able to finish them, but she is going to the line for 2 more.
Keeling picks up her first team 5th, and I agree with you. They're very aggressive to the board. Been pretty cold here in this first half, fortunate for Washington County, but at least plays like this put them at the stripe. where we see Thomas Nelson and Fleckler hit the first one. She is 2 for 3 from the charity stripe. Give her 4 points so far in this first half of play.
Second free throw, rainbow shot up and no good. Chased down by Murphy for, actually that was Keeling on the rebound for Washington County. Inside, Mattingly shot up against Orr, and she's fouled. Nice look inside there to Mattingly, who went up against the taller Orr and picked up the foul on Bethany Orr. Her first, team fourth. 5:44 to go in the second quarter. 16-14, Thomas Nelson lead. Abigail Mattingly for the Commanderettes at the line, hits the first.
Entering the game for Thomas Nelson, number 34, Brianna. She replaces Madison Brown.
Ugly sweater night here. Where was our ugly sweaters? I didn't get the memo. I don't know that I could have dug one up.
Sweater.
I don't know that I could have dug one up, though.
Second with a miss. And on
Maddie Riley with the rebound, actually with a steal. Quickly to Cloyd. Cloyd underneath the basket. Actually, that's Keeling. And she had nowhere to go and got bailed out with a foul.
Yeah, whistle on the
Foul
foul.
on Thomas Nelson, number 3.
Thomas Nelson.
Gracie Curtin. That is
Keeling
her first.
had nowhere to go. She was a little too deep and got bailed out by
Team
Curitan.
Yeah, Gracie Curitan, the freshman, picks up her first. And at the stripe, we'll see Keeling miss her first free throw. She has 4 points from the field so far tonight.
16-14, looking to tie this game up with this free throw. Second one up, rattles out, rebounded by Thomas Nelson. That's Fleckler. Fleckler looking to push. Picks it up as she brings it across midcourt. Gets it over to Curitan. Over in the corner, Middleton for 3. Misses everything. Rebounded by Mattingly for Washington County. Gets it up to Riley. Quickly looks up to Keeling. Keeling, a little sidestep there and gets called for the travel. Good idea.
Getting in the game for Thomas
Just
Nelson,
needed one
number
dribble
11,
to go with that
Emma
one step.
Ryder.
Yeah,
She replaces
Keeling, again, one of the
Caitlin
seniors
Fleckler.
on this team. We're going to be looking to her for some offense, so going to have to get past some of those little mistakes.
She took one step just to the side, just didn't take that dribble with it. Middleton runs into her own player and dribbles it off her foot. And that's not necessarily the picker's fault, who Emma Ryder just, she was still setting the pick, and Middleton dribbled it off of her. Taylor in there now for Washington County on the left side. Gets it up to Snellen. Over to Riley. Riley pulls up for 3. No good. Rebounded by Keeling. Back to Taylor. Taylor in the corner to Snellen. Tried to get it inside to Mattingly. Tipped away. Picked up by Keeling. And she gets a bucket to go. Gives Washington County the lead. 17-16 with 4.5 to go in the second quarter. Orr bringing it across. Gets it out top to Curitan. Over to Middleton. Back to Curitan. Inside to Orr. Didn't even look at the basket. She was just 8 foot away and didn't take a look. Shot up in the lane, no good by Curitan, but she's fouled.
Washington County foul.
Foul on Washington County, number 2.
Abigail
Abigail
Mattingly.
Mattingly, that is her first.
Her first.
Team 6.
16 fouls, so for this point on, 4:18 remaining in the first half of play. Next foul, 1 in the bonus for Thomas Nelson.
First shot up, no good. Substitution for Thomas Nelson. Number 12, Madison Brown checks into the ball game.
Madison Brown.
Emma Ryder is
replaces
going to have a seat
Emma Ryder.
for the Lady Generals. Second free throw is up and no good. Rebounded by Brown, and she misses it.
Foul on Thomas Nelson,
But then she
number
came
12,
over the
Madison
back
Brown.
and picks
That
up
is
a
her
foul,
second.
her first.
Team 6.
That also is a team 6, so from this point on, both teams, 1 in the bonus.
4:14 to go in the second quarter. 17-16, Washington County lead. Fran Taylor in the corner. Tried to get it inside, but knocked away. Ball will stay with
For Thomas Nelson, number 10, Josie Ryder.
Washington County. In
Madison
the lineup
Brown.
for Thomas Nelson, number 10, Josie Ryder. And Madison Brown will have a seat. Underneath their own basket, Taylor Looked at a three, passed it up, dribbles out top of the key. Maddie Riley going to reset the offense for the Commanderettes. Over the right side, Snelling. Top of the key, Taylor. Swing pass over to Riley. Riley dribbles, kick out to Taylor. Taylor looks inside, nothing there. Elbow, and Keeling gets called for steps. Not a lot of foot movement there. Maybe she shuffled him just a tad. He probably had a better angle than me.
Just a tad. I like that statement.
3:39 to go in the second quarter, 17-16. Commanderettes lead this one over Thomas Nelson. In the corner quickly, shot up good. Brianna Woodward, number 34, gives Thomas Nelson the lead, 18-17. Taylor, lazy pass there, picked up by Riley. Back to Riley, top of the key, over to the right side to Snelling. Snelling dribbles left. Gets around, picks up her dribble, and slid her foot. Another turnover, Washington County. Substitution.
Entering the game for Washington County, number 31.
There's too much hair going on there. I can't even see what number that is. Number 31, it looked like Kaylee Thompson. She's got like a lion's mane going on back there, doesn't she?
She's got that ponytail action going on.
19-17, Thomas Nelson lead. 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. Nice defense there by Abigail Mattingly as Curitan took it up against her. Ball was loose on the floor. Beth Orr last to touch it for Thomas Nelson. And she's a bit gimpy getting up. Going to run it off there in Washington County with the basketball. Coach Bramlett calls out the play. Maddie Riley going to set the offense. Over to Thompson. Over to Taylor. Back to Thompson. Maddie Riley swings it around. Snelling. Look inside to Taylor. And she travels with it. That's 3 straight possessions for Washington County.
Nelson, number 14,
3 straight travel calls.
She replaces Bethany Orr.
And at that same pass spot.
Within 5 feet of each call. If you want to get down to being precise, because they are very close.
2.5 to go in the second quarter. Thomas Nelson leads this one 19-17. Curitan shot up, no good. Snelling looking to push for Washington County. Snelling all the way, wild shot up, no good. Tipped up by Taylor, picked up by Riley. In the corner, Snelling for 3, short. Rebounded by Riley. Dribbles up in the lane, shot up and good. Maddie Riley. Nice offensive putback for Washington County and ties this ball game up 19-19 with 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. Four-court pressure. Carry call, a turnover, Thomas Nelson. As
Washington County basketball.
Got called for the
Thomas Nelson,
travel.
12.
Coming up at the half, we'll talk to Washington County High School principal Melissa Hutchins, who played for Bill Newton here at Washington County. She's a commander in her own right.
1:47 to go in the second quarter. Tie ball game, 19-19. Homecoming night here at Washington County High School. And ugly sweater night. So if you're coming out, make sure you're wearing one of those ugly sweaters you got, because you know you got one. Pull it out of the dresser.
Some wear it even not around this holiday season. So
and it ain't the one that you wear daily that you think is slick.
That's right.
It's that ugly one you got.
That other one. Trust me.
Taylor with it. 1:23 to go in the second quarter. Snelling, left side, looks inside to Mattingly, nothing there. Dribbles out top over the right side to Taylor. Taylor goes around a pick from Thompson. Kick out to Snelling. Back to Riley on the top of the key. Nice patience here by Washington County. Tough pass inside, tipped up. Snelling came up with it, but she was blocked by Brown. Quickly up court to Middleton. The ball loose on the floor. Picked up by Snelling, gets it up to Taylor. Taylor brings it across. 52 seconds to go. Did I mention that Fran Taylor also comes from just a great family over here at Washington County? Good girl, good people.
I'm proud you mentioned it, but you could also not mention that she does come from a great family. You're right. They're good people.
Foul on Thomas
Good
Nelson,
people.
number 2, Caroline Middleton. That is her second.
Foul is going to be on
Team
Caroline
7.
Middleton, Chad, her second.
Entering
should
the
be
game
bonus,
for
right?
That is one in the bonus. We'll see Washington County go the strike.
Thomas Nelson, number 33, Bethany Orr.
38.9
She
seconds
replaces
to go in the
Brianna
second
Woodward.
quarter, and Maddie
In
Rowley
for
will be
Washington
at the
County,
line
number 44,
for
Ambriana Brady.
one in the bonus.
She replaces Abigail Madigan.
19-19 tie ball game. And Brianna Brady back in there for the Commanderettes. First shot is good for Riley. She's going to get the bonus shot. 20-19, Washington County lead. 38.9 seconds to go in the first half. Riley, second shot, rattles out, rebounded by Fleckler for Thomas Nelson. Gives it to Curitan. She's going to bring it across. 2-3 zone for Washington County now. Ooh, almost stolen away by Riley. Over to Brown. Brown drives baseline. Stolen away by Snellen, but she loses it.
Entering the game for
Position
Washington
by
County.
Snellen to get in there for the potential steal. She had it, but it went out of bounds.
24.6 seconds to go. Thomas Nelson down one with the basketball. Inside, Orr. Shot up, no good. Rebound tipped up and going to get over the back. I think that's Middleton over the back. And number 5, Snellen's going to be
Foul
your
on
shooter
Thomas Nelson,
for
number
one
2,
in the
Caroline
bonus.
Middleton. That is her third.
Middleton will
Team
pick up
A.
number 3. You're right, Chad.
At the line, Madison
foul.
Snellen. Shooting 1 and the bonus.
Madison Snellen, 0 for 1 from the stripe, but 7 points for Snellen, the junior, so far tonight.
First one is up and good for Snellen. 21-19, Washington County lead. 20.6 seconds to go in the first half. Second one goes. Swish,
Entering the game
nothing but
for
net.
Washington County, number 11.
21-19, 22-19 now.
She replaces
3-point
Maddie
Washington
Riley.
County lead, 20 seconds to go. Four-court pressure this time by Washington County. Here comes Thomas Nelson, gets it into Curitan. Clock did not even stop. It's about a few seconds late. Orr with it. Shot up in the lane, step through, and she's called for
Step
travel.
goal. Entering the game for Washington County, number 23, Maddie Riley. She replaces Maddie Sagersey. Also in number 24,
Turnover,
Rebecca Keeling. She
Thomas
replaces
Nelson. Orr tried to
Ambriana
make
Brady.
a move, and she took a few extra steps there. 13.8 seconds to go. Washington County with the basketball here in the first half. Trying to end this half with a boom, Hal B. Up 3 right now, looking to go more. Snellen drives baseline, 17-foot jump shot, no good. And that's going to do it. Washington County 22. Thomas Nelson 19 at the half. We're going to take a timeout, get you set for our halftime show and some halftime statistics right here on 100.9 WLSK.
My mama called, see you on TV. Sunset shit done change. Ever since we was on, I dreamed it all. Ever since I was young, they said I won't be nothing. Now they always say congratulations. Worked so hard, forgot how to vacation. They ain't never had the dedication. People hate, say we changing, look, we made it. Yeah, we made it.
How good, Chad Lobino Spalding. Just a moment away from talking to Washington County High School Principal Melissa Hutchins. And your score at the half, Washington County leads Thomas Nelson in girls action 22-19. Well, here's a look at the scoring for that first half of play. First of all, for Washington County, they're led in all scoring by Madison Stellan. Stellan had 9 points. 5 points for Maddie Riley, and Rebecca Keeling had 6. A point each for Amber Murphy and Abigail Mattingly. As for the Thomas Nelson Lady Generals, led in all scoring by 3 individuals, all with 4 points each. Caitlin Fleckler had 4 points. Bethany Orr with 4, and Brianna Woodward also had 4. 3 points for Caroline Middleton, and 2 points for Josie Ryder, and a point for Madison Brown. 22-19, your score at the half, with Washington County leading Thomas Nelson. Always glad to see Melissa Hutchins. No more prouder than when we saw the headline saying you were selected principal, but talking to Chad Lobino Spalding, talking about your history in basketball. Just probably a good night to be principal here at your old alma mater where you played for some of the best coaches that we ever had.
It absolutely is to be back here and be the principal on homecoming during basketball season. It's exciting. It's the first homecoming I've been back to since 1984. So I'm putting a date on myself, but we've had an exciting week, a good day today with a pep rally and students getting fired up. We're ready to go.
For those that don't know, tell them a quick history and give the nickel tour of Melissa Hutchins here in Washington County, traveling all over the state and now back at Washington County.
Yeah, of course I grew up here, played for Bill Newton on the 83 state tournament team, left here, went to Union College, played down there, came back, taught and coached at St. Catherine's College for a few years, came back to Washington County and taught a couple of years before I went to Harrodsburg, and coached up there, and then got into administration and spent the last 20 years up there before coming back here in the fall. So
when you start looking at challenges for our education system, especially at the high school age when we are so career driven in any type of occupation that's out there, what's the challenges you're addressing?
Our biggest challenge right now is we're trying to get kids to buy in to some of our beliefs, and get excited about what they want to do the rest of their lives. And, the big push for so many years has been every kid's going to college, and we all know not every kid's going to college. We've got to have kids out there ready to hit the workforce, and just getting kids to realize I've got to find my niche, and I've got to come up with my plan and what I want to do right after high school. And so we've been working really hard with our seniors in helping them trying to figure out what am I going to do next year, and helping them and our juniors and then our younger kids. What is it you like? What do you want to do? You got to like what you're going to do the rest of your life.
And plus the challenges of educating students for jobs that haven't even been created yet.
The technology. We talk every day about the technology advances. This building that we're in right now we've been here 2.5, almost 3 years now, and when you think about the technology that when we moved in this building, it was state of the art. And now we're already talking about what are some things we can update. And that's scary, and that leads into the job markets, and like you said, those jobs that haven't even been created yet, and our kids figuring those things out, because they are a technology generation, and without their technology, they don't know what to do. And so many careers are going to be geared around that technology and getting them into that. So we got our work cut out for us, but we're working hard, rolling up our sleeves, and the kids are doing the same thing. The kids have responded really well, trying to change the culture and climate, doing some things here. Today at the pep rally, the kids are excited, seeing that school spirit back again. I'm looking over there at the student section already, one of the best student sections we've had again this year, and it's going to grow. It's the little things, and trying to make our kids realize it's the little things that make the big things in life.
Now let's talk about the tough questions. Coming in, Washington County, Selena Bramlett's come out and really played well with this Thomas Nelson team, and Chad Lobino Spalding and I were talking about the height differential between Washington County and Thomas Nelson, but Commanderettes put themselves in a pretty good place. Your thoughts on the first half?
You know, we really have for the size that they have in the paint. I think you said she's only got 4 points, the big Orr girl. You know, we're doing a decent job of staying in front of her. We need to do a little bit better job keeping her off the boards. But yeah, we're not afraid to go in there. Yeah, she's blocked a couple shots, but we've got to continue to be aggressive and take the ball at her and pick up some cheap fouls on her.
Always good to talk to you. You're doing a great job out here.
I appreciate it. We're working hard and we want to be one of the best in the state.
If you ever get out of the principal business, get into the broadcast business, I think you do an awesome job.
I'd love to help you.
Sis Roby and I think you're one of the best.
I appreciate that. I enjoyed those days.
We can't afford you. We appreciate you, though.
Thanks, Hal. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Missy. Melissa Hutchins, who is the principal for Washington County High School. Awesome person. 22-19, Washington County leads Thomas Nelson at the half. Got more coming up in just a moment. You're listening to high school basketball on 100.9 WLSK. Thanks. Our game this evening is engineered and produced by Christopher Begley back at the WLSK studios. I'm Hal Good. 22-19 is your score. Washington County leading Thomas Nelson in girls action with the call of half number 2. Chad, Little Beano's fault.
Yeah, we kind of called this one, Hal, but, you know, very evenly matched two teams. Yeah, I can see this one going down to the wire. I can't see one of these teams having enough firepower to pull away from the other. So another turnover by Nelson County on their first possession of the second half as she gets travel called. That was Brown for Thomas Nelson. Here comes Washington County. Maddie Riley with it. Goes left. Shot up. Passed over actually to Cloyd. Bucket up and good for Cloyd. Picks up the first basket for Washington County in this second half. Gives Washington County a 24-19 lead early on in this third quarter. Curitan with it on the right side to Ryder. Bethany Orr from the elbow, shot up, no good. Rebounded by Keeling for Washington County. Here comes Riley. Quickly tried to get it up court and tipped away by Thomas Nelson. The ball will go back to the Commanderettes. Snellen in the corner for Washington County, set to check it in. With 7:15 to go in the third, Riley with it. Tried to get it back in the corner to Snellen, and a tough angle, tough pass for Maddie Riley. Got bailed out there by the Thomas Nelson player. Cloyd gets it into Riley for Washington County. Left side, dribbles left, gets a pick from Cloyd. Rolls over, picks up her dribble inside the three-point line. She's stuck with it, gets it to Riley, finally kick over in the corner to Snellen. Snellen, step back three, good. Nice shot there by Madison. Snellen gets another three-pointer to go. And then a turnover by Thomas Nelson. Josie Ryder stepped on the baseline trying to get it inbounds. And a quick timeout for Thomas Nelson. That's a full timeout. Let's take a 30-second timeout. Washington County 27, Thomas Nelson 19. Be back in 30 seconds right here on 100.9 WLSK.
Out in this third quarter of play for Washington County with a huge three. That gives her 12 points on the night, and Washington County extends their lead to 27-19 over the Thomas Nelson Lady Generals. And Chad, that's just what I'm sure Lena Campbell wanted. You have the first bucket of the night for Cloyd. You come out, you outscore the Thomas Nelson Lady Generals 5-0, and they turn it over.
Yeah, Snelling with it. She's double her average for the season on the points column, too. Snelling with 12 on the night. She averages just a little over 6. Another three for Snelling. Ooh, right off the line. Picked up by Fleckler for Thomas Nelson. Pushed the other way to Brown. Back out top to Curitan. Over to Fleckler in the corner. Inside to Orr. Fleckler over to Ryder. Ryder shot up. No good. Orr tips it up. Left-handed rebound. Put back is good by Bethany Orr. 27-21. Washington County leads by 6 with 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Riley with it, top of the key. Over on the right side to Murphy. Murphy thought about a three there for a second. Gets it back to Riley. Riley left side to Snelling. Snelling dribbles back. Riley. Murphy with it on the right side. Looking inside, just nothing there against that zone for Thomas Nelson. Ball loose on the floor, stolen away by Thomas Nelson. Ryder with it for the Lady Generals. Behind the back dribble. Stolen away by Riley. Riley, layup, good for Washington County. 29-21, Washington County lead with 5.5 to go in the third quarter. Full court pressure by the Commanderettes. Curitan with it, dribbles up. Kick out to Orr. Orr thought about a three. One dribble inside to Fleckler, shot up, and she's fouled. Caitlin Fleckler, the senior, took a couple of dribbles in, nice move, and got fouled by number 24. It's Rebecca Keeling.
Number 2 on Keeling, Chad.
Her second, team first of this second half, and Fleckler at the line for 2. First shot, rainbow style, up and good.
Fleckler 5 points on the evening. I have her 3 for 5 from the charity stripe.
Cuts the lead to 7. Second shot up in the air, no good. Ball loose on the floor, picked up by Murphy for Washington County. Riley with it now for the Commanderettes, brings it across. Right side to Murphy, looks inside, nothing there. One dribble, picks it up, cross court, dangerous pass to Riley. She comes up with it, back to Murphy. Murphy, 17-footer, shot up good.
She was wide open. No reason she shouldn't take that shot. Give her 3 tonight.
Amber Murphy with the basket for the Commanderettes, give them a 31-22 lead. Shot up by Curitan in the lane, good for Thomas Nelson. Gracie Curitan with the bucket, the freshman guard, gets one to go for Thomas Nelson. Riley with it, left side. Snelling, rainbow 3, misses it, get her own rebound. Put back by Snelling, no good. That was blocked by Orr. Quickly up court to Curitan. Shot up, good. Nice defense there by Orr. But the bucket by Thomas Nelson on the other end cuts the lead to 5. 31-26, 4:10 to go in the third quarter. Cut in the lane, Snelling, no good. She's blocked. Looked like a foul maybe. No call. Ball's going the other way. Here comes Curitan for Thomas Nelson. Tried to get it inside to Orr and tipped away a little hot. A little too much heat on that one by Madison Brown. Turnover Thomas Nelson. The ball will go to Washington County. 3:51 to go in the third quarter. 31-26. Washington County lead. Snelling with it on the left side. Cross-court pass to Murphy. Murphy dribbling, looking inside, picks her up a dribble, nothing there. She's in trouble now. And a tie-up. The ball will go to Washington County. .333 to go in the third quarter, 31-26, 5-point Commanderette lead. Maddie Riley with it for Washington County. Dribble right side at the Snelling. Homecoming night here at Washington County High School. How be good, Chad Littlebino Spalding bringing you 19th District basketball action right here on 100.9 WLSK. Shot up in the lane by Cloyd, no good. Rebounded by Brown. Quickly up to Cureton. Shot up against Murphy, partially blocked, rebounded by Cloyd. Cloyd hands off to Rowley, and we got a reach-in foul. Little frustration foul there maybe by Cureton. Thought she probably got fouled on the layup, and instead she comes back, misses layup, and picks up her foul.
Picks up her second foul. That'll be team first on Thomas Nelson here in this second half.
31-26, Washington County lead. 3:25 to go here in the third quarter. Stay tuned after the girls' action. We got probably a little bit of extended in-between games between the girls and boys tonight with homecoming going on over here at Washington County. So we'll try and pick up an interview maybe between the two games and bring you boys' action later on this evening. Riley over to Murphy in the corner. Cloyd pulls up for three. Rattles out. Rebounded by Fleckler for Thomas Nelson. Orr with it at the elbow. Back to Fleckler and throws it away. Turnover.
Just a travel in there, I believe, on Thomas Nelson. Nevertheless, still going to be Washington County basketball.
I think Coach Bramlett thought so too.
As we picked up an NBA rule or two at the half. That's okay. You can't catch them all.
No, that's right. It's a whole lot easier.
Still work the same way. It's Washington County's ball, so let's play ball.
Brown with the steal for Thomas Nelson. Quickly up to Middleton. Shot up, and she's fouled. She is not happy with somebody.
Tells me on Washington County's Maddie Riley. Her first. Second team foul. Go to stripe with Caroline Middleton.
Trying to get an update on this Adair Marion County ladies action over in the 20th district over at Adair County. Early on, Adair was up 7-3. Let's see if I can get a new score here.
Game probably started a little bit later since Central Time.
Sure. Middleton shot up and good from the free throw line. 31-27. She makes one of two. Cuts the lead to 4 now for Washington County. Riley. Fran Taylor's in there now for Washington County and stolen away. Brown with it. Shot up, left-handed layup, no good. Rebounded by Snelling for Washington County. Quickly up to Cloyd, and she can't handle the pass. Another turnover by Washington County.
I've been impressed with Madison Brown, the freshman. 2 possessions in a row, coming up with steals for Thomas Nelson. Really a nice ball player on the defensive end.
I think I remember her at OKH in the middle school where they had a really good middle school team. I believe she was a part of that.
Comes up with the rebound, shot up, no good.
Or battling inside for Thomas Nelson. Shot up, no good, but she's fouled.
Abigail Mattingly will pick up the personal. Number 2 for Abigail. That will be the 3rd personal for the Commanderettes.
Looking to cut into this 4-point Washington County lead. First free throw is up and good for Orr. Substitution for Thomas Nelson. Fleckler got a very short rest as she's right back into the ball game. Second free throw for Orr coming up shortly on the way and rattles in. She makes two, cuts the lead to two. 31-29, Washington County lead with 1:46 to go in the third quarter. I tried to start this thing all over, didn't I? Run it back. Snelling, right side, tried to get it inside to Mattingly and stolen away by Middleton. Last touch by Mattingly, I guess. So the ball will go back to Thomas Nelson. They're just one bucket away from tying this back up. Excuse me. Washington County pulled out to a 7 or 8 point lead there, I think, at one time in this quarter.
Especially in the beginning of the third. But
yeah.
Thomas Nelson have just fought right back.
Inside, Orr, shot up, no good. Ball loose. Fleckler comes up with it inside. Kick out to Middleton. Top of the key, Curitan for three. Bang! Nails it. Hit the back side of the flat part of the rim and killed the spin and just dropped in. That's a full timeout. Let's take a 30. Thomas Nelson leads this one, 32-31 with 1:11 to go in the third quarter, a 30-second timeout. We'll be right back right here on 100.9 WLSK.
My mama call, see you on TV. Sunset shit done change. Ever since we was on, I dreamed it all. Ever since I was young, they said I won't be nothing. Now they always say congratulations. Work so hard, forgot how to vacation. They ain't never had a dedication. People hate, say we change it, look, we made it. Yeah, we made it.
Out with a 7-2 run at the beginning of this third period of play, but Thomas Nelson has marched back. As a matter of fact, they now have the lead. Thomas Nelson leads Washington County 32-31, and they've almost done it magically. I mean, where'd they come from on all that? But they did. They've come back, and they lead now by one.
Yeah, I talked about it at the beginning of the third quarter. I didn't think either of these teams had the firepower to pull away. And just as soon as I said that, Washington County made a run. Looked like they were going to.
Well, Curitan with 7 points helps. And all in this third quarter of play for Thomas Nelson. Curitan had those 7.
Washington County with the basketball now and almost stolen away by Fleckler. Nice defense there by Thomas Nelson. 56.6 seconds to go. 32-31, Thomas Nelson lead. Snelling, baseline jump shot. Good for Washington County. Madison Snelling with another bucket for the Commanderettes. Ball loose on the floor, picked up by Snelling for Washington County. 38 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Riley over to Taylor. Washington County with a 1 point lead. Taylor with it now. Top of the key over to Riley. Over to Taylor in the corner of Snelling. Snelling pulls up for three. No good. Rebounded by Mattingly. Put back no good. Rebound by Orr. Here comes Thomas Nelson. Trying to get it up to Fleckler and a tough pass. A bad angle there by Middleton. And the ball will go back to Washington County with 10.3 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Riley with it. In the corner to Snelling. Snelling for three, no good. Mattingly with the rebound, and that's going to do it for the third quarter. Washington County 33, Thomas Nelson 32. Let's take a 1 minute timeout. Bring back for the fourth quarter right here on 100.9 WLSK.
Thomas Nelson, first quarter, had 14 points, 5 in the second quarter, and finished up with 13 in the third. Washington County, 11 in the first quarter, 11 in the second, and 11 in the third.
There you go.
So the second quarter, a lot of the history for Washington County, they need, and I recall from the second quarter, they shut down, Orr on that inside because I think, Orr came in and had a pretty good third quarter of play. She matched her first half high at 4 and had 4 in the third. But Washington County leads 33-32. Here's Chad Lobino Spalding.
Thomas Nelson with the basketball start at the fourth quarter. Quickly, Curitin thought about a 3. Drives the lane instead. Shot up, no good. Fleckler with it. Put back good for Thomas Nelson.
Didn't catch that. Official blew the whistle. Thought somebody called a timeout, but
no, he just wanted the guy to switch the possession arrow.
I wonder what he was pointing at. Come on, John.
I don't know why you stop a game to do that, but.
Yeah. I've never seen it done like that. As a matter of fact, if I were the coach, I would be saying, why are you changing the possession arrow?
Blocked by Orr on the inside. Chloe tried to take it in against the taller Orr, and she got blocked. Madison Brown, 18-foot jump shot for Thomas Nelson. No good. Rebound by Fleckler. Put back good for Thomas Nelson. Thomas Nelson with a 3-point lead now, 36-33. Snellen with it. Picks up her dribble. Over to Riley. Try to get it back to Snellen and stolen away by Middleton. Snellen tips it away from behind, and then last touched by Snellen. And the ball will go to, now the officials are getting together and see who maybe had the better angle on that one.
Still Thomas Nelson ball.
They lead this one 36-33. Inside, Fleckler, shot up good. There's the height once again. Right over the top. Didn't bring it down. She just caught it up high and shot it up high.
Has 6 points in this fourth quarter of play. Give her 11 on the night.
And give Thomas Nelson a 5-point lead. Stolen away, another turnover. Curitin with it now against Riley. Shot up, no good. Snellen pulls down the rebound for Washington County. Snellen looking to push, gets it up to Murphy, and she travels. I do have an update on the Marion County game over at Adair County. The Lady Knights lead at the half, 22-14. Middleton against the pressure from Washington County, gets across to Brown. Brown shot up, actually pass out to Curitin for 3, good. Thomas Nelson on a big run, and a 30-second timeout for Thomas Nelson. Let's keep it right here. 41-33. Look at this run now by Thomas Nelson.
A 9-0 run, and look who is really getting a lot of credit for this big run. I mean, we've seen Fleckler come in there, 6 points in this fourth quarter of play, but give her 11 on the night. And that last 3 by Curitin, the freshman. 2 3-pointers on the evening, give her 10 for the game. That's a big difference maker right there with those 2 young ladies.
Yeah, you're talking about two young girls in there giving lots of good quality minutes for Thomas Nelson, number 12, Madison Brown, and also number 3, Gracie Curitin. 2 young players kind of leading the way along with Fleckler in this ball game for Thomas Nelson. And up 8 now on Washington County, 41-33 with 6:20 to go in the ball game. Washington County with it now. 1-3-1. They've been in that zone the entire night, has Thomas Nelson, and it seems to be working pretty good right now. Murphy with it, and she turns it over. Another turnover for Washington County.
It's been a tough 2 minutes of play in this fourth quarter for the Commanderettes.
Yeah, way more turnovers than even shots attempted at this point in the fourth quarter.
We need the backspace.
Madison Brown, shot up, no good. Rebounded by Washington County. Here comes Riley. Riley, little Euro step and still blocked. Cloyd with the offensive rebound, put back, no good. Ball loose, Snellen comes up with it. Out to Taylor. Taylor pulls up for 3, misses badly. Rebounded by Thomas Nelson. Cureton throws it away for Thomas Nelson. Riley comes up with it. Here comes Maddie Riley. Up top to Keeling. Keeling shot up good. Stops the bleeding for now and cuts the lead to 6. Thomas Nelson 41, Washington County 35 with 5:22 to go in the fourth quarter. Coach Bramlett wanting to match up here. Going to go a little man-to-man. Taylor putting pressure on Middleton out front, and she gets called for the touch foul.
Middleton picks up number 4. Team second for Thomas Nelson. 5:13 to go in this one.
Middleton inside. Orr shot up, no good, and she's fouled. That inbounds play for Thomas Nelson with Fleckler and Orr just throwing it up over the top. They're doing exactly what you're supposed to do, not bring it down, and they're getting fouled on those shots. Luckily, they're not going in, or this could have gotten ugly early. Free throw up by Orr is good.
That last foul was on Rebecca Keeling, her third. Orr 3 for 3 from the stripe.
Second free throw rattles in, touches everything and goes in. Gives Thomas Nelson an 8-point lead, 43-35.
Orr has 10.
Riley, and she carries the ball. Another turnover. I wonder if anybody has the turnover stats in this game, because it would be astronomical.
2 bushel basketfuls tonight. Bunch of them out there.
Cureton with it. Cross court to Middleton. Back to Cureton. She's going to bring it across. We're under 5 to go in the ball game, and a timeout by Thomas Nelson. It's going to be a full timeout. Let's take a timeout. Thomas Nelson 43, Washington County 35 with just under 5 to go in the ball game. We're going to take a 30. Bring it right back here for Commanderette basketball right here on 100.9 WLSK.
30, please. Almost midway through the fourth period of play, 43-35 with Thomas Nelson leading Washington County. I know we're at the half in Columbia.
It was 22-14 at the half. Marion County Lady Knights with the lead. We'll get an update here soon, I would imagine, on if they've gotten a little bit into the third quarter.
Yeah, good games. We'll keep up with the score on that. 4:57 to go in this one, to be precise. Here's Chad Littlebino Spalding.
8-point lead by Thomas Nelson with the basketball. Could go up 10 with a bucket here in danger zone for Washington County if you don't watch out. Cureton with it. Almost stolen away inside to Fleckler. Fleckler chases it down at the three-point line. Gets it inside to Orr. Back out to Cureton. Pick from Orr. Dribbles back out. Stolen away by Riley. Maddie Riley with it. One-on-one with Cureton. Shot up and good, and she fouled. Nice job there by Maddie Riley to get the bucket and going to the line for the and one.
Pushing foul on Cureton, and that'll be her third. Riley back to the stripe to shoot one. She has 9 points so far tonight.
Looking to go into double digits. Riley on the season, she does average 11.3 points per game, so she's getting close to that. Right now, she's just worried about cutting into this Thomas Nelson lead, and does so. 43-38. Thomas Nelson leads by 5 with 4.5 to go in the ball game. Orr with it. Up to Cureton. Riley guarding her. Pick for Moore, top of the key. Taylor all over Cureton now. Taylor on Curitan again, trying to get a 5 count here, and Curitan doing a pretty good job of backing away from that 5-second call.
Now they're going to catch the foul on Taylor. Freshman will pick up her first. Lena Bramlett very unhappy. Lena Bramlett thought there should have been a 5-second call in there somewhere. Now Lena Bramlett, the official, really kind of having some words down here. Not happy about it. Bramlett and the official out there. Bramlett showing a little fire out there on the official.
Is that Campbell coming out in there or what? Eugene doesn't act like that, does he?
No.
She's still giving him an earful.
He needs to get away from that bench.
He was going over there, yeah.
Yeah, she's going to get a technical here in a minute.
I can't believe he hadn't.
Yeah.
I'd done a little bit of reffing. Maybe all that yelling got her a call.
Maybe.
Got an illegal pick there on Fleckler.
Her first. Third team foul.
That was some comic relief right there. Bramlett didn't think it was funny.
That was some fine defense by Taylor out there, and that's why Bramlett was so bad and uptight. She was defending her player. I like that.
43-38, 3:43 to go. Thomas Nelson leads by 5.
Got to love it. Close game, district game, homecoming night.
Hell yeah.
Nothing wrong with getting a little feisty, is there, Larry?
Here comes Curitan with it for Thomas Nelson. Double team, stolen away by Taylor. Taylor up to Cloyd. Cloyd layup, good. 43-40, Thomas Nelson leads by 3 now with just over 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Here comes Brown. Brown up to Middleton. Middleton for 3. Misses badly. Ball loose. And a jump ball will go to Washington County.
A little Uncle Mo back on the Commanderette side.
They were down by 9, right?
Sure were.
It's been both ways in this second half. Washington by 8. Thomas Nelson by 9. 3-pointer by Cullen. Snellen, no good. Got her own rebound. She's done that at least twice in this game, maybe 3 times, where she's done exactly what you teach. When you shoot, you follow your shot. She's gotten her own rebound.
Foul on Middleton. That'll be her 4th. Team 4th.
3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. 43-40, Thomas Nelson lead. Taylor with it. Back over to Riley. Riley drives the lane, floater up, no good. Rebound by Brown. She's going to get her, I think they're going to get Brown over the back.
That's what I figured. It's going to be the call. Brown, I'm not going to say got away with it, but was in position a couple times throughout the evening to get that rebound, and I thought it could have been a close over the back. But that time they got her. She'll pick up her 3rd personal.
Washington County with it underneath their own basket. Inside to Taylor. Taylor dribbles out over to Riley. Mighty Riley going to set the offense for the Commanderettes. 43-40. Thomas Nelson leads by 3. Picks up her dribble, stolen away. Bad pass by Riley. Here comes Brown. Brown left-handed layup. Good for Thomas Nelson. 45-40. Another turnover for Commanderettes leads to a bucket for Thomas Nelson. Here comes Snellen. Back to Riley. Maddie Riley on the right side. Dribbles in. Cross-court pass in the corner to Taylor, and she travels and turns the ball over. 2:19 to go in the fourth quarter. 45-40. Thomas Nelson leads by 5. Both teams scratching and clawing here in this one. Brown with it. Almost lost it, picks it back up. Looks inside, nobody there. Gets it over to the left corner to Fleckler. Fleckler inside. Orr, shot up, good. Nice move there by Bethany Orr to get the bucket. That was textbook post move there by Orr.
She's got 12.
Kick ball there, and the ball will stay with Washington County on the pass. 47-40. Thomas Nelson lead with 1:52 to go in the fourth quarter. Keeling with it in the corner now. Picks up her dribble. Tries to get it back out to Cloyd. And out of bounds. Looked like a little bit of contact to push her out, but no call. The ball will go to Nelson County. I can't believe Coach Bramlett didn't flip her wig right there. That was the same official that made that call that she was having discussions with earlier. Fleckler up to Curitan. 1:36 to go. Curitan with it for over to Fleckler on the right side. Pass tried to go inside and knocked away by Maddie Riley. The ball will stay with Thomas Nelson. 1:28 to go in the ball game. 47-40. Thomas Nelson leads by 7. Ryder with it. Gets it into Brown. Top of the key to Curitan. And a touch foul by Taylor. That's going to be
her second. 15 foul on Washington County. 16 foul.
That is number 6.
So next foul.
Next one will put them in the bonus.
You're right.
Wait, now they're saying this one is.
That's 7th. So they just added 2 more on the board. Now
5 plus 1.
they're trying to figure it out here. I think now they go back to the inbounds pass.
No, that official's not paying attention.
Yeah, somebody's not paying attention here.
All right.
Now they're back. To the stripe we go. Curitan will be there. Now we're ready.
That 5 on the board plus 1 equals 7. That wasn't adding up.
Yeah,
for
but
anybody.
that's what I say.
5 plus 1, you know, usually equals 6 to everybody. Missed free throw the front end. Washington County's got to go down 7 with 1:20 to go in the fourth quarter. Riley in the corner. This could be big. Snelling for 3. No good. Rebounded by Orr. That could have been a big shot. And then Orr throws it away. Snelling chases it down. Brings it across. Gets a pick from Riley. Around in the corner to Cloyd. Cloyd, one dribble and picks up in the corner. Nowhere to go.
Double teamed.
And then a timeout by Bramlett. That's going to be a full timeout. Let's take a 30-second timeout. 47-40. Thomas Nelson lead with 50 seconds to go in this one. We're going to be back for Commander Rat basketball right here on 100.9 WLSK.
Just one, please. Well, that sure is an ugly sweater. All them cats on there. WLSK Sports this evening engineered and produced by Christopher Begley back at the WLSK studios. I'm Hal Good. He's Chad Spalding. Boy, you got a dandy one going here. 50 seconds to go. Thomas Nelson up by 7.
Yeah, and Washington County could have used that Snelling 3 on that last possession. Not over yet, but 7 points in 50 seconds is a task for Washington County. So they got an uphill battle, but it can happen if they get a quick bucket. Cloyd for 3. No good. Rebound last touched by Washington County, and the ball will go to Thomas Nelson. That one, if that one would have went, that would have been nice. But now it's really tough because now you got to foul and put Thomas Nelson on the line if you don't get this quick turnover. Or with it.
Still able to pick up the personal. Well, there's no question, Chad, when you look at the scoring, Gracie Curitan for Thomas Nelson, 10 points all in this second half. And what can you say about Caitlin Fleckler? Came in, 7 points in this second half. Give her 11 on the night.
First, the front end of the Ryder free throw, no good. Rebound and another foul, hard foul there by Keeling. And Josie Ryder going back to the line for Thomas Nelson for 2 shots now.
Keeling's 4th foul.
47-40, 37.7 seconds to go. First free throw for Ryder is up and no good. Barely caught the front of the rim. Second free throw for Josie Ryder's up and rattles out. Chased down by Orr, last touched off of Orr's knee. The ball will go back to Washington County. 47-40, Thomas Nelson lead. 35 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Here comes Riley. Drives the lane, kick out to Snellen. Snellen for three, no good, but Brown with the foul on a three-pointer, and there's where the youth of Madison Brown comes into play there. A foul on a three, up 7.
Yeah, 4 foul, not a good foul. That's the 4th one on Brown, but more importantly, you want to try and let as much time run off that clock as possible. And worst case, you don't want to put Snellen at the line to shoot 3, and that's exactly what you did.
Yeah, with the clock stopped. She does miss the first.
She's got to hit them. She's been a little sluggish here this evening. I have her 2 for 4 from the charity stripe. 14 points on the night, though. She's got a couple threes to her credit. Snellen's a nice ball player, junior on this club.
Second one is up and good for Snellen. .6 seconds to go. Third free throw up and good for Snellen. 47-42. 5-point Thomas Nelson lead now. Into Orr. Full court pressure by the Commanderettes. Back to Orr. And a foul. A foul's on Snellen. Not sure why you let 6 or 7 seconds go off the clock there. If you're going to foul.
Snellen picks up number 2.
Need to go ahead and foul, right off the bat there.
Absolutely. Double bonus.
Double bonus. No good on the first is Curitan. 47-42. Thomas Nelson leads by 5. 21 seconds to go.
Curitan 0 for 4 from the stripe.
Say 0 for 5 now, but rebounded by Fleckler. She dribbles it out. Kick out to Curitan. And a foul.
Catch Snellen again, I believe, on this one. She'll pick up the personal. Nope, stand corrected. Going to call it on Washington County's Cloyd. That'll be her 3rd. At the stripe, shooting 2 will be Bethany Orr. She is 4 for 4 from the stripe. 10 points so far on the night for Orr, Chad.
Yes, she's a solid basketball player. That's
nice.
For sure. Had the size in this ball game.
6-foot senior. Very talented ball player, indeed.
Second free throw for Orr on the way, and it is no good as we have a lane violation.
Is that a lane violation on Thomas Nelson?
No basket, but they're still up 6 with 15 seconds to go. 48-42, Thomas Nelson lead. And full court pressure by the Lady Generals now. Almost thrown away by Orr as she knocks it down.
Yeah, I don't get this full court press.
I guess just trying to use up more of the clock, getting it up to the floor, but up 6, that's highly unlikely that. You don't want to foul, that's for sure.
For sure.
Murphy, shot up, no good. Rebounded by Middleton. And Curitan with the rebound, and she steps on the sideline. 3.3 seconds to go. Thomas Nelson up 6, 48-42. Washington County with the ball. One last shot at it here. They don't have a 6-point shot anywhere on the court, do they?
Not here in Washington County.
They need to have it. 3-point shot up, no good. And then Brown with a foul at the buzzer. And why?
Yeah, now that's what'll give a coach gray hair. Brown will foul out with 3. puts Washington County at the stripe with Fran Taylor.
Hope Tingle, number 13, a freshman for Thomas Nelson, checks into the ball game. I hadn't had any luck getting an update on that Marion County, Adair County score just yet.
Lady Knights up at the half. Taylor misses the first one. As Chad's been telling you, stay tuned. We'll have some halftime comments. We'll get Lena Bramlett up here and let Chad do some post-game with our head coach of the Washington County Commanderettes. We'll have some other stuff to talk about, too.
Fran Taylor with the shot up and good from the free throw line. That's going to do it for the ball game, folks. Thomas Nelson, Lady Generals come in and defeat the Washington County Commanderettes. 48-43 is your final. And stay tuned for some post-game stats and some interviews and all kinds of good stuff here in between ball games right here on 100.9 WLSK.
That shit don't change. Ever since we was on, I dreamed it all. Ever since I was young, they said I won't be nothing. Now they always say congratulations. Worked so hard, forgot how to vacation. They ain't never had the dedication. People hate and say we changed and look, we made it. Yeah, we made it.
Nalva, please come to the scorer's table. First, we have our freshman representatives, Devin Johnson and Jasmine Coulter. Devin Johnson is the son of Russell and Alicia Johnson. He has been a member of FCCLA for 1 year, basketball 1 year, and 4-H for 5 years. In his free time, he enjoys hanging out with friends, working on multiple farms, working on his truck, and Snapchatting friends. His plans after high school are to attend college for either maintenance or diesel mechanic, then find a job in one of these fields. Devin Johnson. Jasmine Coulter is the daughter of Billy and Tammy Coulter. She has been involved for volleyball for 1 year, softball 1 year. In her free time, she enjoys playing sports, spending time with friends, and sleeping. After high school, she plans to attend college for a law degree. Devin Johnson and Jasmine Coulter. Next, we have sophomore representatives, Derek Howard and Jaden Rosiowski. Derek Howard is the son of Coy and Melinda Howard. He has been involved in football for 1 year and academic team for 1 year. After high school, he plans to attend college. Jaden Rosiowski is the daughter of Michael and Terry. She has been a member of track for 2 years, cross country 2 years, academic team for 2 years, and FCCLA for 1 year. In her free time, she enjoys running, spending time with friends, and playing with her dog. Derek Howard and Jaden Rosiowski. Next, we have junior representatives, Robbie Baker and Kate Taylor. Robbie is the son of Robert and Erica Baker. He has been involved in basketball for 3 years. In his free time, he enjoys fishing, playing basketball, hanging out with Amish kids. After high school, he plans to attend college. Kate Taylor is the daughter of Ann Margaret and Dan Taylor. She has been involved in softball for 3 years, FCCLA for 3 years, National Honor Society for 2 years, Beta for 2 years, St. Dominic Youth Group for 3 years, and WCTV for 1 year. In her free time, she enjoys hanging out with friends, shopping, watching makeup videos, traveling, and watching Riverdale. After high school, her plans are to go to college, but her major is undecided. Robbie Baker and Kate Taylor, your junior representatives. Your senior representatives. First, we have Herman Gaona and Sydney Medley. Herman is the son of Peggy and Benjamin Gaona. He has been involved in band for 4 years. In his free time, he enjoys to read and spend time with family and friends. After high school, he plans to attend the University of Pikeville. Sydney Medley is the daughter of Angela Medley and Jeff Adams. She has been involved with Beta for 4 years. In her free time, she enjoys cooking, singing, listening to music, and playing volleyball. After high school, she plans to attend the University of Louisville and major in criminal psychology. Herman Gayona and Sydney Medley. Next, we have Devin Debussiere and Anna Weir. Devin is the son of Melania and Scott Fulkerson. He has been involved in academic team for 4 years, WCTV for 2 years, and yearbook for 1 year. In his free time, he enjoys watching Netflix and hanging out with friends. After high school, he plans to attend the University of Kentucky and get a degree in marketing. Anna Weir is the daughter of Ted and Hisako Weir. She has been involved in tennis for 4 years, National Honor Society for 3 years, and academic team for 4 years. In her free time, she enjoys playing piano, cooking, hiking, hanging out with friends, and eating. After high school, she plans to attend Brigham Young University and major in biochemistry. Devin Debussiere and Anna Weir. Next, we have Christopher Rayleigh and Madison Hilton. Christopher Rayleigh is the son of Mike and Angela Rayleigh. He has been involved with football for 8 years, FCA for 2 years, FCCLA for 3 years. In his free time, he enjoys listening to music, working with his peers, and studying to become a nurse. After high school, he plans to attend Campbellsville University and study nursing. Madison Hilton is the daughter of Ron and Tina Hilton. She has been involved in volleyball for 4 years, FCCLA for 4 years, Beta for 3 years, National Honor Society for 2 years, youth group for 4 years, and teen leadership for 1 year. In her free time, she enjoys watching Netflix, camping, and spending time with friends and family. After high school, she plans to attend the University of Louisville and major in psychology. Christopher Rayleigh and Madison Hilton. Our final senior representatives, Andrew Scott and Brooklyn Hampton. Andrew Scott is the son of Julie and Terry Keith Scott. He has been involved with football for 4 years, FFA for 3 years, and FCCLA for 1 year. In his free time, he enjoys playing games, hanging out with the bros, and talking to chicks. After high school, he plans to go to college. Brooklyn Hampton is the daughter of Fred and Rochelle Hampton. She has been involved with cheerleading for 3 years. In her free time, she enjoys riding around with friends, working, eating, and sleeping. After high school, she plans to attend Eastern Kentucky University and major in business. Andrew Scott and Brooklyn Hampton. Your 2017 basketball homecoming king is Andrew Scott. Your 2017 basketball homecoming queen is Madison Hilton. Congratulations to our king and queen and all of the representatives who are with us tonight.
Here for Homecoming 2017. We'll keep it right here when we come back. Chad Littlebino Spalding. He's going to have an interview with head coach of the Washington County Commanderettes. We'll try and get Lena Bramlett out here, and we'll try and set the stage for you as coming up. It's going to be boys action. Washington County taking on Thomas Nelson. We'll have all that coming up for you in just a moment. You're listening to high school basketball on 100.9 WLSK.
Mama call, see you on TV. Sunset shit done changed. Ever since we was on, I dreamed it all. Ever since I was young, they said I won't be nothing. Now they always say congratulations. Worked so hard, forgot how to vacation. They ain't never had a dedication. People hate, say the change, and look
clouds are all around. I'm chasing only the colors in my head. I wanna feel alive. I'm living high, high, high. I'm living high. Chasing all the colors. A couple rebel Top Gun pilots flying with nowhere to be. Don't know you super well, but I think that you might be the same as me. Behave normally. Let's let things come out of the woodwork. I give you my best, I tell you I'm my best lies. Yeah, awesome, right? So let's let things come out of the woodwork. I give you my best, I tell you I'm my best lies. See me rolling, showing someone else love, dancing with our shoes off. No, I think you're awesome, right? Our dreams are blind, blowing shit up with homemade dynamite. Our friends, our drinks, we get started, blowing shit up with homemade dynamite. Friend to drive, but he can hardly see. We'll end up painted on the road, letting chrome all the broken glass sparkling. I guess we're partying, so let's let things come out of the woodwork. I give you my best, I tell you I'm my best. I see me rolling, showing someone else love, hands under your t-shirt.
County High School, Chad Lubino Spalding, how be good, bringing you high school basketball tonight. We're here pregame of the boys matchup, and we're here with head coach Bernard Smalley. Bernard, thanks for giving us a little time here before your ball game.
Appreciate it, Bino, and thank you all for putting this on there for these young athletes.
Yeah, it's fun. We like doing it, of course. We like to talking to you guys all the time, the coaches, and show a little self-pride in the communities around here in Nelson, Marion, Washington County, and 100.9 gives us a chance to do that, and we appreciate them as well, and all the sponsors that we have to, that pay us the big bucks to be online.
There you go.
You believe that, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, Coach, we talked just a second ago. You guys came out firing in this early on in this season. You've already played 7 games. You're 3-4 overall, and those 4 losses with a total of combined 11 points that you've been beaten by. So that's you said your 11 points are a few shots away from being 7-0.
Yeah, very easily. And what I like, our kids, you'll see tonight, we play hard. We'll play hard. And this year, we got 3 or 4 kids can give us 10, 15 points a game. Last year, we relied on DT Yoakum, but DT's not with us this year, so we're a fun group to watch. And we want to get better and better. And it's 19th district, should be wide open race, and it starts tonight. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, you talk about that group coming in, kind of like we talked about Marion County's Lady Knights. Had to live without Haley Howard. Well, you got to learn to live without DT Yoakum, and your three juniors who have played a lot of minutes. They're juniors now, but they're freshmen, sophomore, and even before that as 8th graders. They play a lot of minutes. That your Devin Hurst, your Cameron Willis, and Drew Yates.
True, and that's the three have been leading us in scoring all season long, and and continue on. And we had another junior, Jake Yates. He grew about 3 inches and put on about 20 pounds of muscle, and he's playing well for us. So we got a freshman, Burkhead, Josh Burkhead, and Josh is getting a lot of quality minutes for us, and he's going to be a big help come tournament time.
I just looked out there and almost didn't recognize him. He's grown up quite a bit since the last time I saw him. But he comes from that lineage, the Burkhead family, who is known for, their basketball talents. That's actually, all-around athlete.
True, he is. And, he's been a gym rat since age 4. So, been around his dad. His dad coached here at Washington County. So, Josh is, he's grown up. And, so, he's going to be, give him middle of the year. He's still making a few fresh mistakes, but he's going to be okay.
So you got to love this team right here with, led by 3 juniors, knowing you have the rest of this season to improve, and then you got them one more year coming in next year too. Not to look too far in the future, but the future's bright here at Washington County.
I agree. Those 3 juniors been playing since 8th grade, and now they're juniors, and I do have one more year with them next year. So all the merrier this year. We coming off our first winning season in a while, and then they got that winning attitude now. So hopefully we can continue on.
That definitely helps. You talk about winning ball games, and winning breeds more winning, and that's in any sport and anything you do. If you're successful and you get and you have a little more know-how about what's going on, and you can feel that winning, it helps, and it helps the team, it helps the locker room, helps the coaches, helps the whole program, helps the school.
That's true. That is true.
It makes it more fun too. We all know we can teach wins and losses don't mean anything. Guess what? Ain't too many people out there losing a lot of ball games that's having a whole lot of fun.
That's correct. That is correct.
Well, like you said, you're getting into a tough stretch here. You got three 19th district games in a row. So this little stretch here kind of lets you know where you're at, and how much you need to improve or what you need to work on.
And, you got to take care of your home court, and you want to stay out of the 4th and 5th seed. We fortunate we was in the 4th and 5th seed last 2 years and had to play Bardstown second round. So you want to stay, even though the district is here this year, you want to stay away from the 4th and 5th seed. And now I think Bardstown's still the team to beat. Brewer is 0-3 right now, but he's got a young team and they're gonna be fine. So everybody's talking about Bardstown down. Bardstown's not down. They got athletes. They just reloading, and it's gonna take them a while to get going.
I did watch them in the Marion County game, and Marion pulled out the win in that, the first time they beat Bardstown in 9 seasons, I think. But Marion's got a nice little team too over there. Not in the 19th district, but they'll be one to watch in the 5th region too. They're over to Dare County tonight. So, Coach, we got about 12 minutes to go. We appreciate your time coming over. Any words for anybody out there for you before you head out?
No, you got there listening. I hope everybody's listening, because you're going to find 2 teams is going to lay it on the line and give you 110%.
There's no doubt about that. We love Washington County. Appreciate your time, Coach.
Thank you.
All right. That's going to do it, Coach. We appreciate Coach Bernard Smalling taking time out for the interview there before his ball game. We're going to take another time out, bring you back, get you set for the boys' action here at Washington County High School on homecoming night right here on 100.9 WLSK.
See you on TV, sunset shit done change. Ever since we was on, I dreamed it all. Ever since I was young, they said I won't be nothing. Now they always say congratulations. Worked so hard, forgot how to vacation. They ain't never had the dedication. People hate, say we changing, look, we made it. Yeah, we made it.
dreaming on and on. We're dreaming on and on. The stars are all around. The stars are all around. I'm chasing all of the colors in my head. I wanna feel alive. I'm living high, high, high. I'm living high. I'm living I got this fire in my heart and I'm feeling alright. I got this feeling in my head that we're doing alright. Breaking down the walls, I'm living high. Chasing all the colors. A couple rebel Top Gun pilots flying with nowhere to be. Don't know you super well, but I think that you might be the same as me. Behave abnormally. Let's let things come out of the woodwork. I give you my best, I tell you I'm my best lies. Yeah, awesome, right? So let's let things come out.
The girls came up a little short here tonight at Washington County, as Washington County will fall to Thomas Nelson High School by a score of 48-43. And as Chad Little Bino Spalding has a chance to talk to Bernard Smalley, he is only about 11 points away from being 7-0. As we're getting ready for boys action here this evening, Washington County and the Commanders will play host to Thomas Nelson and the Generals. Washington County 3-3 overall, taking on Thomas Nelson in this district game as the new head coach of Thomas Nelson, Chris Tolliver, comes in for Brandon Mattingly, who has gone now to be in Elizabethtown alongside James Hare for the Panthers. And his team has a record of 0-4, but don't be mistaken, it's always a up and down the court fest whenever the Generals and the Commanders get together, and we're only about 7 minutes, 25 seconds away from the tip-off of Washington County and Thomas Nelson. Hal Good here, glad to have you alongside right here on 100.9 WLSK and online at WLSKFM.com. And Chad, I know you had a chance to talk to Bernard, and I pretty much summed it up. You know, you take a point here. Well, how about this? Take a play here or a play there, and very easily he could have been 7-0.
Two last-second shots, I think, you know, they got beaten on. And but he loves his team. He loves the effort they give. It shows up every time they get out on the court. They give the effort. Washington County's going to give you 100%. They got, you know, led by 3 juniors, so we talked a little bit about, you know, not only are you looking forward to this season and getting better, but you're going to have this same, you know, pretty much this same crew back again next year. You look down their roster, you only see one senior on this on their roster, and that's John Floyd. You know, so you're led by 3 juniors. Got a freshman coming up. They talked about it a little bit. Josh Burkhead, who's going to show and give some valuable minutes this season and get better. So Washington County, you know, could make a little run here in the next 2 seasons.
I said they were 3-3. They're actually 3-4. Yeah. So I stand corrected. But I like the savvy of this Washington County team. One thing about it, like last year, they will play hard. I saw them at Commander Madness. They're going to play with a lot of savvy, and they will play hard. And that's going to win you a few ball games.
that'll win you. The effort will win you a lot of ball games, especially if you pair that with the talent they have. You can, you can not be a very talented team and play extra hard and make yourself look better than what you actually are. But Washington County has a little of both. I mean, they have some talent and they play hard. So, put those two things together and you got a nice recipe there for winning some ball games.
When you come out in your Washington County, I think Bernard Smalley, with the history he has here with Washington County, he's known these young men since they were young, and Bernard still comes in with a very young team. There's a lot of sophomore and juniors that are going to be playing here this evening. As a matter of fact, I don't think he's got but one senior, and that's John Floyd.
Yeah, one senior, led by three juniors in the scoring column. You look at Devin Hurst, a junior, averages 11.4 points a game. Cameron Willis averages 17 a game, and Drew Yates averages 16 a game. And then he also threw in Jake Yates, who grew up and put on some muscle and has been helping him out quite a bit in this lineup too.
So we look at Thomas Nelson in the Generals. A couple players that we had a chance to see last year were the Wimsett boys, we call them, and I'm sure we're going to see some action out of them. Jerry Wimsett comes into the game, a junior, and Hunter Wimsett, another junior for the Thomas Nelson Generals.
Yeah, and Hunter's the point guard who kind of makes it happen. And I got, he averages a little under 11 points per game. Does a little bit of everything, shoots the ball well, takes good, smart shots, doesn't play out of control. He's kind of the leader on this team. And, they got to have, Hunter play well tonight to pair up with this Washington County team.
We're only about 3 minutes away from the tip-off of Washington County and Thomas Nelson. Keep it right here when we come back. John Graves, your public address announcer here at Washington County High School, will give you the introductions like nobody else can. It's Washington County Commander basketball. Thomas Nelson, Washington County. We'll get it tipped off next. This is high school basketball on 100.9 WLSK.
See you on TV, sunset shit done change. Ever since we was on, I dreamed it all. Ever since I was young, they said I won't be nothing. Now they always say congratulations. Worked so hard, forgot how to vacation. They ain't never had the dedication. People hate and say we're changing, look, we made it. Yeah, we made it.
A couple rebel Top Gun pilots flying with nowhere to be. Don't know you super well, but I think that you might be the same as me. Behaving normally, let's let things come out of the woodwork. I give you my best, I tell you all my best lies, yeah. Awesome, right? So let's let things come out of the woodwork. I give you my best, I tell you all my best lies. See me rolling, showing someone else love, dancing with our shoes off. No, I think you're awesome, right? Our dreams are blind, blowing shit up with homemade dynamite. Our friends, our drinks, we get started, blowing shit up with homemade get your friend to drive, but he can hardly see. We'll end up painted on the road.
To junior number 15, Drew Yates. At guard, a 5'10", junior number 21, Austin Dickerson. At forward, a 6'1", junior number 24, Devin Hurst. And at forward, a 6'3", junior number 33, Jake Yates. Associate coaches are Barrett Tingle, Chad Willis, and Corbin Hack. Head coach, Bernard Smiley.
There was your starting lineups, courtesy of the one and only John Graves on the mic here at Washington County High School. Nobody does it better, my man.
He's bragging.
He already knew that. He knew that.
Bragging on you.
Washington County in the home white uniforms trimmed in royal blue. Thomas Nelson in their navy trimmed in white and gray. Here we go, folks, set to tip it off. Hal B. Good going to give you play-by-play. Take it away, Hal B.
I like the looks of this one. Sit back, relax, and enjoy it. We got a dandy one going on here tonight. Tip control by Washington County, and away they go. Right off the right side, that's Drew Yates. Shot up and goes in.
Quickly, the other end, Drew Yates with the bucket for Washington County.
Full court
Explosive
press,
offense.
too. They're going to we'll see the press put on Thomas Nelson. Washington County up 2-0, just underway. Back on the far side, that's going to be Bourbon with the ball. Bourbon back to the left wing, finds Jerry Winsett. You get a couple of Winsets and a couple of Yates, you can have a pretty good, heck, you have pretty good cooking if you wanted to. They're all great chefs as well that I know. Hunter Winsett will have it, top key right side. Washington County, kind of that 2-1-2 matchup. Now off the left side, that's going to be Jerry Winsett. Shot on his way, no good. Rebound, though, by Hunter Winsett. He'll back it back out after that air ball.
Yeah, Hunter's all over the place. He's quick, crafty, real smart, cerebral player.
Back around Bourbon. Bourbon trying to go down low, tipped away. Hurst will have it. Hurst down the floor, fouled by Bourbon.
It's going to be his first, team first.
Washington County will inbounds it in front of our press facilities here at Washington County High School as Hurst will kick it in right side. That's going to be Drew Yates. Drew Yates shot up, no good. Rebound underneath, controlled by Hunter Winsett. Thomas Nelson right to left from our press facility. On press roll at Washington County High School. 3 ball on the way, Jerry Winsett write it down. Charlie Jones, one of the officials, saying, hold the phone. Let's get the net out of the rim. So 3-2, Thomas Nelson, 6:44 to go. We're in quarter number 1 in this 19th district game. Final score to pass along to you girls action. Marion County defeats Adair County easily, 69-31. Nice job by the Lady Knights. Willis fakes the 3, back outside to Hurst. Hurst a 3, no good. Chasing it down the far side is going to be Washington County, saved into Hurst. Right side, Drew Yates, 3 ball on the way, no good. Rebound controlled by Jerry Winsett. Winston back to Hunter Winston. Left side to Jerry Winston. Top of the key, Burba. He'll drive in the paint. Low, high layup goes in. 5-2. Thomas Nelson. Drew Yates all the way down. Lays it up and in.
That was quick.
A little out of control, but he pulled it back in for the 2. 5-4. Generals by a digit. Hunter wins it. Lob to Burma, tipped away by Willis. Willis into the hands of Dickerson, shot up, lays it in. Count it, and 1.
Count the basket there. Dickerson with the bucket going to the line for the and-1 for Washington County. That's Hunter Winston's first, team second.
You look up scrappy in Webster's dictionary, and most of our listeners, if they're under the age of 30, don't know what that is. You'll see Austin Dickerson as he hits the free throw. He is scrappy.
Oh, yeah. It's, from the looks of it, everybody on the floor right now is both teams super athletic, fast.
Winston, boy, he is trapped, trying to get rid of it, throws it away.
And why would he dribble straight down to that corner? That's a no-no.
Jake Yates comes up with it. Now back around they'll go. That's going to be Hurst with it. 2-3 defensive zone by Thomas Nelson and the Generals. Washington County leads 7-5. Here's Hurst again. Backs it back out. Right side looking down to Jake Yates. Finds him back to Hurst. Now to Willis. 3 ball on the way. Got it.
Nice ball movement there by Washington County.
Nice job by Willis. Makes it 10-5. Washington County up by 5. On the far side's Hunter Winston. Shot on the way. No good. A whistle and a foul on Washington County.
That's going to be on Yates, his first. It's Drew Yates, his first team first for Washington County. Winston at the line for 2.
Junior Winston. Hunter kind of throws one, like it when he takes his practice before he puts the ball in his hands. He kind of flips his wrist, hits his first one. If you watch him, he'll kind of go through the motion. I like that. He'll look like he's taking a free throw, and it looks like it's working for him as he hits them both. 10-7, Washington County by 3. 4:49 to go in the first quarter of play. Left to right with Hurst. Hurst to Dickerson. Dickerson will have it left side. Dickerson looking low, taken away by Burba, but Dickerson will get it back. Now to Hurst. Hurst to fake. Puts it up from 10. No good. He's short. Got his rebound. Put it up. No good, but a whistle. And we'll have a foul on Thomas Nelson.
That foul's on number 40 for Thomas Nelson. I'm not sure who that is.
I don't have a 40. I don't think John Graves does either. First hit the shot, hits the first one. Scorekeeper's not even down here. Saying it's Bourbon? Well, that's not what I'm seeing. First, second one up.
Well, on my roster that I got offline, number 20 says Isaiah Downs. And we had been calling him Burba. I just assumed I was wrong.
Well,
so now 40 is Burba, 20 is Downs.
Let's go back to action. 12-7 Washington County. Yates will have it. Back off the right side. Willis a 3 up, and it will be in there. I think they got some number problems. I don't see anybody that's keeping the book for Thomas Nelson down here at the scores table. I see an empty book.
The book
on the
is
other
sitting
side.
there, yeah,
it's
nobody's
there.
keeping it.
Shot up, won't roll in. Rebound, Thomas Nelson that has it, lost it. The Commanders will have it. There's Drew Yates. He'll drive, puts the shot up. No good, but I believe you're right. Number 20 is not Austin Bourbon. I think it's I think that is Isaiah Downs.
That foul's on Hunter Winston. He picks up his second with 3:50 to go in the first quarter. So Thomas Nelson got, your ball handler and your point guard with 2 fouls early in the first quarter. Looks like for now they're going to let him go.
Drew Yates hits the first one. Next one up, rolls in there. 17-7. All Washington County. Back to action with the ball, right side. Burba will have it. Now back out to Hunter Winston. Winston will have it. Back on the inside to Ben Height, who's in there. Height to Hunter Winston, the 3. Rims out. Height with the rebound goes up, blocked from behind by Yates. That was Jake Yates with a hand on it. We're back on the other end. Drew Yates puts up a jumper, fadeaway, no good. Rebound by Jerry Wimsett.
Not the best shot. I'm sure Bernard did not like that shot selection.
Back down court from the charity stripe. Shot up, no good by Thomas Nelson, but a foul on the rebound. Jake Yates in position for the rebound, fouled by Thomas Nelson.
A foul on number 42. That's Height. His first. Team fifth.
New head coach is Chris Tolliver for Thomas Nelson. Quick substitution, Josh Burkhead, a freshman, checked in that last break. Drive, that's going to be Drew Yates. Shot up no good. Got the rebound in the paint, shot up no good. Rebound again by Hurst, up no good.
Wow.
Rebound again by Yates.
Washington County put in work on the offensive board.
Yates with the final score, and just like that, a 30-second timeout by Thomas Nelson and the Generals. Your score, 19-7. Washington County leading Thomas Nelson. We'll keep it right here during this 30-second timeout. A well-needed one for the Generals.
They might have needed it a few minutes ago. That was a big run there by Washington County. No answer for Thomas Nelson right now. As Washington County just all over them. I mean, they got four shots at it right there on the offensive glass. So I think number 20 is Downs, and Burba is 40.
I think you're right on that. Yeah. Number 3 is Ryder. Is that correct? Elliot Ryder?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they finally got it all straightened out. Pass down low. No good. Tipped away. Downs had a hand on it. Washington County will have it all the way down. Shot up, no good. But Drew Yates saw the open lane, and he'll go the strike.
Got fouls on number 42, Height.
Be his second. Drew Yates at the line to shoot 2. First shot up. Got it. Got him.
He's got 7 points already in this first quarter.
Yates is a competitor. 20-7, Washington County. Yates next one up bottom. Well, they are red hot. Jesse Bowman, freshman, will check in. Chris Tolliver just trying to find something that'll work.
There's no answer right now by Thomas Nelson. And, really, I haven't seen anybody on their team that would have any type of offensive explosion. Maybe Hunter Wimsett, but he's stolen away by Willis.
Willis drives all the way down, lays up, missed it. Rebound Burkhead inside Hurst, had it, lost it. Taken away by Hunter Wimsett. Wimsett pulls up from the charity stripe, air ball. That's going to be Yates with it. Drew Yates will have it all the way down, charge. Lowered the shoulder, and Thomas Nelson's Jerry Wimsett able to take that charge.
Yeah, that's good defense there by number 11, Jerry Wimsett. A little out of control that time was Yates, and stepped right in there and took the charge.
John Floyd, a 6'2 senior, will check in alongside with 5'10 junior Robbie Baker. Having a seat for Washington County will be the Yates boys, both Drew and Jake. Pressure and the ball's thrown away. Burkhead will have it. Burkhead all the way down, drives, layup, no good. Rebound, Thomas Nelson. It's Josh Burkhead, that freshman, he is really a hustler. Shot up on the other end by Thomas Nelson, no good. Tipped around, out of bounds, touched last by Washington County.
It's wild and woolly out there right now.
21-7. Washington County with the lead. 1:34 to go in the first quarter of play. Bowman will have it on the inbounds. Now back out to Wimsett, who will set the play. Wimsett down low, and Baker bounces right into Austin Burba. Baker picks up the first. Second team foul. Okay, corrected, team third.
Yeah.
3 on the way by Wimsett. No good. Hurst will reel it in. Hurst to Willis. Spin move. Nice one. Right-hander won't go. Rebound, back up, no good, but he's hammered underneath.
Too many offensive rebounds right now for Washington County. They're wearing out Thomas Nelson on the glass.
Hunter Wimson picks up the personal.
That's his third
foul. Boy, it's hard to believe he's picked up 3 quick ones. 17 foul.
I mean, they took
Willis
the
hits
chance
the first one.
when he picked up his second with 3:50 to go. They took the chance and left him in there, and he's got to be smarter than that. I mean, he's got to know that he can't go in there trying to block shots when he's got 2 fouls already.
Picks up his third. He'll go to the bench as back into the lineup. We'll see Ryder come back in. We're back to action. Radcliffe, who's checked in, Trey Radcliffe, trying to get the pass down low to Burba. Throws it away. Burkhead will have it. Burkhead out. What a pass to Willis. Jumper left wing. No good. Rebound underneath, controlled by Jerry Wimson. He's the only Wimson we'll have in there because Hunter Wimson on the bench with 3 fouls. 48 seconds to go in the first quarter of play. Thomas Nelson looking at that 2-3 zone by Washington County and a foul on Washington County.
That foul's on number 4, Floyd for Washington County. His first, team fourth. 38.4 seconds to go. 23-17, Washington County lead.
On the lob inbounds, Bowman will have it. Cross court to Wimson. Wimson has it. Now kicks it to Downs, and Downs moves inside, and kind of a foul on Washington County.
The foul's on number 20, Baker, his second, team fifth.
Checking into the lineup will be Dickerson. He'll check back in as Baker will have a seat. Thomas Nelson will have 28 seconds in the first quarter.
Hurst with the steal.
Hurst to steal. Hurst all the way down, lays it up, missed it. Back with the rebound we go. Thomas Nelson, that's Wimson. Fake, shot up and in. Well, that breaks a long time since they scored. Hurst, jumper on the way, missed it. Rebound underneath, Thomas Nelson, 2 seconds. Back on the right side, they go to Downs, and that'll do it for the first quarter of play. End of 1, it was all Washington County. Washington County 23, Thomas Nelson 9. You're listening to high school basketball on 100.9 WLSK. 1 minute, bring it back. So Isaiah Downs is number 20.
Yeah.
Austin Burba is number 40.
Yeah. Yep.
Elliott Ryder is number 3.
I think so. Ryder hadn't been in
who's
there.
Who's number
so
40? Oh, yeah.
40 Burba.
Okay. All right.
Welcome back to Washington County High School. Washington County leading this one 23-9 over to the Thomas Nelson Generals. Take it away, Hal B. Goose.
Right side, Downs drives, but a reach-in foul on Washington County very quickly.
That's going to be on Willis.
Cameron Willis is his first, which, you know, Cameron Willis is my turf management specialist at my house.
That's
I
right.
shared that with you.
That's right.
We have been able to keep his services at the Good household. On the inbounds, Winston able to come up with it.
He's got 7
Puts it up
points.
and in.
Yeah, leading the way for Thomas Nelson right now with 7 of the 11.
23-11, Washington County. Coming up at the half, Chad Spalding will talk to Lena Bramlett, head coach of the Commanderettes. You'll want to join him for that. Burkhead back into Jake Yates, back on the outside. Willis a 3, got it. Big shot.
That's his third three of the game.
26-11. And on the far side, Dickerson got a hand on it, out of bounds. It'll go. It'll still be Thomas Nelson basketball. Washington County 26, Thomas Nelson 11.
Washington County, man, they're scrappy. Scrappy team.
They are. Downs will have it. Downs, top of the key, met by Willis. Nice move, drives, lays up in. Boy, that was just a flat out good move. Wow. Athletic indeed.
Where'd that come from? Didn't show that all night.
26-13.
Maybe because we were calling him the wrong name.
Maybe that's right. Bring the right numbers over next time. Willis to Hurst. Finds Burkhead right side. Thomas Nelson had 2-3 zone. Jake Yates will have it. Back to Burkhead. Sit pass right side. That's Willis for a tray. No good. Thomas Nelson in there was Jerry Whipson. He had it, lost it out of bounds. Still Commander basketball.
Yeah, two generals there fighting for the ball. You like to hustle, just one of you got to call the other one off.
Willis into Hurst in the lane. Shot up no good. Tip up no good. Jake Yates has it, puts it up and in.
Yates working hard in there on the glass.
28-13. I like Yates. He gets fired up. Back on the other end. What a drive and a layup by Isaiah Downs. Wow, he took it right to Washington County. 28-15. Washington County. 6:13 to go in the first half here at Washington County High School. On the far side, a steal by Downs. All the way down, lays it up and in. That'll catch up pretty quick, and a quick timeout by Bernard Smalley. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. 6:02 to go in the first half, 28-17. Washington County hanging on to the lead, but Thomas Nelson making a big run here in this second period.
Yeah, a little 8-5 run here, led by Downs, who has 6 points of those 8 for Thomas Nelson. And now Coach Bernard Smalling letting his team hear it in the huddle. But yeah, you like the effort by Thomas Nelson, not giving up. Got down 23-9 at the end of the first quarter. Coming back, was showing some good effort here, and made a little run. See what Washington County do to answer that run now.
Want to remind you that on Monday night, we're back with Marion County. They'll be playing this Thomas Nelson team. It's a girl-boy doubleheader. Monday night, Marion County taking on Thomas Nelson. We'll have all the action for you right here on 100.9 WLSK. Traveling to Bardstown.
That's you and me, right?
Yeah, I think it is me and you. What's old Jim doing? Some Christmas shopping?
I don't know.
Let's have something else going on. Dickerson a 3. Yes! 31-17. Washington County back on the far side. Thomas Nelson had it, lost it, and taken away. Coming up with it's Dickerson. Dickerson, a little out of control. Ball knocked out of bounds. Touch last by Thomas Nelson.
They were a whole lot out of control.
Yeah.
You're being nice there, Hal.
Yeah, he gets a little unorthodox at times. Man, he's a hustler.
I give him that.
Burkhead to Willis, back to Burkhead. Burkhead will back it out. Finds Dickerson. Jake Yates in the middle. Double team, puts it up and in. No basket, but called on the floor.
I believe that's going to go on number 55.
Colton Wood.
His first. That's going to send Jake Yates to the line for one in the bonus.
Jake Yates, 6'3", junior. Shooting 2, first one up. Missed it, won the bonus.
Yeah, they called it on the floor.
They did call it on the floor. 31-17, Washington County. Here's Downs. Juke move, drives inside, right-hander up. Nice floater rolls in there.
He come alive.
Nice touch by Downs. He came to life when we found out what the right number was for him. Changed some jerseys. 31-19. It's a big possession for Washington County.
Yeah, they need to kind of stop the bleeding a little bit. That was a tough pass and a bell out there. Dickerson tried to squeeze it in there to Hurst. Kind of got bailed out by number 24 there. Bowman. His first, team ninth, so one of the bonus for Hurst, who has yet to score tonight.
First one up and in. 32-19. Washington County with the lead. Hurst, next one up. Got it. 4:44 to go in the first half. Washington County with the lead. Downs will have it for Thomas Nelson. Right to left from our press facility. And a whistle and a blocking foul. They'll catch Burkhead on this one, I believe. Burkhead or Dickerson. Looks like it is going to be Dickerson.
Yeah, that's going to be, I got his first.
Correct.
One of the bonus for Downs.
Isaiah Downs. First shot up. Won't go in, but a lane violation on somebody. Looks like they're going to catch on the far
Thomas
side.
Nelson, yeah, must have got in there a little early.
Bowman got in there a little early.
He is a bigger guy. He probably needed a head start. They should allow that.
Okay. Brenda, get me the KHSAA on the line.
See if we can't get that rule changed.
Let's take care of that here.
Anybody over a certain weight limit and height should get a
Burkhead a three.
head start.
No good. Hurst will have it. Nice rebound by Hurst, double team. Almost threw it away, but Burkhead comes up with it. Back to Hurst. 3 ball on the way. No good. But Hurst gets his own rebound and knocked away. Loose ball. Thomas Nelson will have it. Back up court with Downs. Downs double team through the pressure. Jumper right side. Fouled by Washington County.
I tell you one thing about Downs is when he gets the ball, he's got one thing on his mind. That's trying to score. He doesn't dribble with his head up. He's not looking underneath the basket. He's looking to go score.
Josh Burkhead picked up the personal, his first, team 8th.
He got an ugly. Whoa! He just shot an air ball from the free throw line.
That was as ugly as any sweater I've seen this evening. Isaiah Downs, that free throw. It went all over the place, except near the basket.
I mean, I shoot with a little spinner ball action. This one here spins sideways.
This one up, no good.
At a
high
velocity of speed.
But he has been burning up this second quarter on the field, on the court on the far side. Dickerson puts it up and in, counted, and he's fouled.
That foul's on Wood, his second. Dickerson, he's got 8 points now, going to the line for 9.
5'10" junior. Plays with passion. Shot up and in. 36-19 Washington County.
They just went on a 9-0 run of their own. It was 27-19.
Trey Radcliffe is in there, sophomore. Back out to Downs to Radcliffe. Radcliffe will have it left side.
Good
able
shot.
to find Jerry Winsett for a 3, and he nails it.
Yeah, he's got 10 on the night so far.
36-22. Thomas Nelson trying to bite back into the lead. Hurst will have it. Center court. Back over to Willis. Back to Dickerson, back to Willis. 3:09 remaining in the first half. Hurst back out center court. Finds Burkhead. Burkhead right side. Able to get it to Floyd, and Floyd throws it away. Right to Downs. Downs all the way down. Reverse layup up and in. Boy,
He looks like a different player in this quarter.
this second quarter, except for the free throws,
Got 10. in
he's
this
been
quarter.
all over the place.
Got 10 of
He's
their
a
15.
player.
Yeah.
He's keeping Thomas Nelson in this game, 36-24. Washington County with the lead. That's Floyd who's in there, John Floyd, to Dickerson. Right side, Willis. 3 on the way. Got it, boy. What a shot. 39-24.
That's 4 threes on the night for Willis.
3 on the left side by Barnes. Write it down. Adam Barnes, the junior, just checking in, gets a 3. 39-27, Washington County. 2:06 to go in the first half. Willis, back to Dickerson, now to Floyd. All behind the 3, and man, almost a foul on Downs. He's reached in on Floyd. Here's Willis. Baseline move, finds Hurst. He'll lay it up and in.
that's just knowing where your partner's going to be right there. As Willis and Hurst been playing together for, 5 or 6 years now, leading back, going all the way back to middle school.
Downs has it retaliated, and out of bounds it'll go. Touch last by Washington County. I think, was that Hurst that had a hand on that, or was that Yates?
One of those two were
Jake
over
Yates
there right
was in there. They were both in there together. 41-27. Washington County with the lead. Thomas Nelson will have the ball, as that's going to be Downs with it. Downs will have it. Juke move. Finds Wood.
Wow, big
Wood
fella.
puts it up and in. 41-29, Washington County.
Now hanging around there, around that 11
Right.
or 12 mark. If they get this thing down to 6 or 7 at the half, I'm sure Coach will be very happy with that.
Floyd to Hurst. Hurst back out to Dickerson, top of the key. Right side Floyd. Back to Willis. Willis the fake. Finds Dickerson. Under a minute to go in the first half. Floyd to Dickerson, a three. Off the mark. Tipped around. Floyd comes up with it. Loose ball, though. Coming up with it's Downs. And Downs has it taken away by Dickerson. Scramble for it on the floor. And we're going to have a timeout taken by Washington County. And Washington County will have it. Boy, 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. A lot of scrapping going on after that ball. And Thomas Nelson, a lot of the fans in the stands not happy with that last call.
Well, Dickerson, he's just a hot-wired, individual, and he didn't like the way that the guy landed on top of him. He kind of tried to help him up off of him, and then Thomas Nelson, guy didn't like that. And then there's a little shove on the end of that with Hurst.
41-29. Washington County leading Thomas Nelson. Stay tuned at the half. Lena Bramble will be joining Chad Littlebino Spalding. We'll talk about the game earlier this evening where the Thomas Nelson High School girls defeated Washington County 48-43. Also earlier tonight in Columbia, Marion County High School Lady Knights defeated Dare County 69-31. Washington County will have it. That's going to be Hurst. Finds Willis. Willis, jumper right wing. Got it. Boy, he is hot.
He is.
And he's feeling it tonight. 28 seconds to go. 43-29. Downs down court. Goes it off the right side. Now back out center court. Met by Hurst. Pulls up for a three. Got it.
Oh, my God.
Man, he's having a big second quarter of play. 43-32. Washington County. Willis to Hurst. Hurst to Willis. Willis a three. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. How many's he got down? As we
That's 5
finish up-
threes.
As we finish up the first half of play, 5 threes for Willis.
Got 19 total.
All in the first half of play. Boy, Willis has been dominating. Your score at the end of the first half. Washington County leads Thomas Nelson 46-32. Keep it right here. Chad Littlebino Spalding will be talking to Lena Bramlett, head coach of the Washington County Commanderettes during the half. You're listening to high school basketball on 100.9 WLSK.
Here at the half of the boys game where the Washington County leads this one 46-32. We're joined here at the half of the boys game by head coach of the Commanderettes, Lena Brown. Appreciate you taking some time out.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's good to see you again. It's been a while, probably since last season, sometimes since I've seen you, but nonetheless, it's always good to get in here at Washington County. I'm an old Marion County boy. You're an old Marion County girl, but
yeah.
We come over and support the blue and gold, I guess.
Yeah.
That's hard for me, not for you so much.
Nah, I've been converted. I love my Washington County people.
Yeah. Once you get settled in, you know they're a good bunch of folks over here.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you lose a tough one tonight. You fall to 1-3, 48-43 to Thomas Nelson. Halby and I talked about, before the game, we thought it was going to be just that, a close game, two pretty evenly matched teams. The size of Thomas Nelson came into play a little bit, we thought.
It did towards the end of the game, and we when I went in the locker room after homecoming, I did a comparison with our kids, where we are this time last year versus where we were this time last year versus where we are now. It's two totally different teams, and it's still very early in the season. Last year the teams that we lost to, we were losing by 30 and 40, and this team we lost to by 28 here last year. We're in every single game, and that's what is important. We beat ourselves tonight. We turned the ball over. We went 9 straight possessions with empty possessions, and you can't do that against Thomas Nelson. So I thought, we rattled off some points there right out of the third quarter, made them call a timeout. Then we come out and we have 9 drought possessions, and we've got to be able to put the ball in the hole, and teams are going to guard a zone, and you got to be able to shoot the basketball.
Yeah, turnovers 9 straight times. That's what you call a bad drought.
It is. It is.
Especially when you just made a run.
Yeah, it is.
No, overall though, definitely the team plays hard as always.
Yeah.
You guys get the effort. We also talked about you all talking about this young crew because you're still young. Buying into the program, buying into the system, what we're trying to teach. I know girls like Maddie Riley have been in the system since, seventh grade.
Yep.
But, everybody has to buy in. It's
Absolutely.
not just one or two.
Absolutely, and that's what these kids are doing. They're starting to see the fruit of their work. For 3 years, this is my third year, and, for 2 years they've seen, they're like, this coach is tough. I don't know what's going on. But, they're seeing the fruit of their labor. They're seeing, what they've worked for, and they're starting to understand the little things that we've been teaching them for 2 years. And so to see that, to be able to see that they're getting it, and when we got an and one, I pointed this out in the locker room. Madison Snelling had an and one in the first quarter, and to see them just getting excited and, 5 and up and chest bumping and, getting pumped for it. Those are things that we had to teach them the first 2 years.
Yeah.
Those are things you normally don't have to teach kids to do, but
right.
We had to teach them how to win again. And so now that we're able to really focus on the game, and being able to teach them the X's and O's, it's a building process, and they've really bought into that.
Definitely, you can tell it. I mean, some of the same girls that we saw last year that were kind of out there and didn't know where they were at on the floor. Now they're out there and they get it. You can, still they're not going to give you 16 points a night, but
right.
They get it.
Right.
They get where they're supposed to be on the floor, what they're supposed to be doing, the effort they're supposed to be giving, and that goes back to coaching. You can lead a horse, to the stall or whatever the old saying is.
Lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
But you've let them there. They go there, whether they drink or not. Is up to them.
And this is a great group of kids. I mean, I've said it for 3 years now. I wouldn't trade them for the world. I mean, they're going to go out, and if I tell them to do this, they're going to do that, and they're going to do it better. And so we've got a heart of gold, and they're always going to work hard, and they do that. They're fun to watch, and again, they're starting to see the fruit of their labor.
Yeah. A tough little stretch here. You got, Thomas Nelson tonight, so you got 3 straight 19th district games.
Yep.
Next week, Nelson and Bethlehem. What do you see those 2 games going like?
Well, Nelson's going to be tough. They've got Marley Walls, and she's tough. I mean, she's one of the best players in the 5th region, if not the best player in the 5th region. Just a very smooth player, and so we've got to, be able to. We're not going to stop her, but we've got to, limit her. We can't let her have 30 or 40 points, and we've got to focus around her and not let other kids hurt us around her. And then Bethlehem, they kind of were like us. They've been young, so they've been playing together for a long period of time. Both of those teams have new coaches, so we've got to do our job scouting reports on them. And then we follow it up with Henry County, who we played last year, and then we played Bourbon County in the first round of the Christmas tournament at Bardstown. So, we've got some winnable games, but we can't Can't have a 9-turnover drought, in the third quarter. We've got to do our job, and we can't beat ourselves. But we're gonna play hard, and we're gonna be fun to watch.
If Snelling keeps shooting like she did in that first half.
It's funny though because she hadn't shot the ball very well.
Well,
all
she's
year.
only scored like 6 points a game.
She had none the other night, but
yeah.
she's playing hard. She's taking good shots, and I told her, as a shooter, you've got to have short-term memory.
Right.
You can't think about the shot you shot before. You got to let it fly if you're taking great shots, and she's taking great shots. So
She was.
You
Yeah,
got
she
to
was taking
continue
an
to give
open
her
shot.
the green light, and they'll fall. A couple of those shots fall in the fourth quarter. It's a different game. So.
Absolutely.
It's
And
life.
she just couldn't find it.
Yeah.
Well, good luck to you guys the rest of the way. We appreciate you taking time out. I always like talking to you, Lena, and good luck.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Appreciate
All
it.
right.
We're going to take a time out, send it back, get you ready for the second half here in Washington County High School. You're listening to Commander Basketball right here on 100.9 WLSK. We're back here at Washington County High School. Washington County leading 46-32 at the half here in the third quarter. Hal Bigu, take it away.
Willis will have it, and boy, what a first half he had, Chad. Respective starters in for both ball clubs, including Hunter Wimsett, who's playing with 3 fouls. Picked up 3 early, I think, in that first quarter of play. He was out the whole second quarter, I believe.
Yeah.
3 on the way. That's going to be Drew Yates. No good. Rebound, Thomas Nelson. They're going to get over to Hunter Wimsett. Shot up, no good. I believe Hurst maybe got a hand on that. But Thomas Nelson will have it.
Thomas Nelson did tie Washington County in that second quarter.
3 by Hunter Wimsett.
23 points to 23. They just got so far behind in the first quarter.
Now, Washington County really came out house of fire in that first quarter of play.
Yeah, they outscored Thomas Nelson 23-9 in the
But now,
first quarter.
one thing you don't want to do is let Hunter Wimsett get his stride. If he gets going, he can shoot very well. In this gym, he's had some good games. Jake Yates over to Willis, a 3, no good. Rebound by Jake Yates. Boy, he's doing a good job on the defense. Defense and offensive board.
That offensive glass, yeah, he is on that.
He is on it.
Got a nose for the ball, doesn't he?
2-3 is going to be the defense by Thomas Nelson. That's what we've seen all evening. Hurst will have it cross court. He'll find Drew Yates. Yates off the right side. Soft shot up from 12, no good. Rebound on the far side. Nope, it'll go out of bounds, but touch last by Thomas Nelson.
I didn't even get to the scoring in there, but yeah, Willis led the way in the first half by Washington County. He hit 5 3-pointers. He had 19 total points. Yates pitched in 8. Jake Yates had 6. Hurst had 4. Dickerson had, looks like 9.
46-32, Washington County. Willis another 3. Yes.
Damn. Golly,
Wow.
had 6 of them.
You got enough ink in that pen there, brother?
I got a pencil,
I got a couple
thank
more
goodness.
down. Yeah, you got to whittle that
Might
point back.
sharpen it, yeah.
49-32. Washington County with the lead. It's Hunter Wimsett. Gets it up court to Jerry Wimsett. Both the Wimsett boys in there for Thomas Nelson.
Yeah, Jerry Winston had a fine first half for Thomas Nelson.
Downs
10
drives, lays it up and in. Boy, that's the difference maker. Downs quiet in that first quarter, but boy, he came back in that second quarter and he's going right back to work.
He's got 15 now total. 13 of those came in the second quarter.
49-34, Washington County. Dickerson. Washington County right to left, 5:17 to go, and a steal on the far side by Downs. Downs all the way down, goes up, a block by Dickerson. All ball, they're going to say. Couple of subs as Burbo go to the bench. We'll see Jesse Bowman check back in for Thomas Nelson. Thomas Nelson on the inbounds. Bowman kicks it in. Back to Downs. Downs backs it back out. Dickerson in his face. Driving is Downs, and another block by Dickerson. And they're going to say that Downs, last one to touch it. That's out of bounds it'll go. And he's
I take 10 Dickersons on my team any day. I like the fire in that kid.
It's like the old Tasmanian devil out there, spinning around everywhere. He's all over the place. 49-34, Dickerson finds Willis. I don't imagine half this team knows who the Tasmanian devil is. A three by Willis.
Oh, my God.
Got it.
That's
And he's lighting it up. 7 threes.
Somebody better get out there on that kid.
52-34. Outside Wimsett, a three. Partially blocked by Drew Yates. Willis had it, has it stolen. That's Jerry Wimsett. He'll drive, lays it up and in.
Move.
Yeah, you can't let these Wimsett boys get in there and get something started. They'll take it away from you and make it happen. Drew Yates to Hurst, up and missed it. Hurst got the rebound, goes up, stripped away by Hunter Wimsett. 52-36, Washington County. Down court with Hunter Wimsett, but Dickerson's going to get caught with this one.
He finally did. He's only got 2, though. He's good to go.
Whistle on the foul on Austin Dickerson, number 2. First team foul. Trey Radcliffe will check back in, sophomore. He's point guard. On the inbounds, Jerry Wimsett back out to Downs, and a whistle, steps call. Turnover will get it back to Washington County. 3:55 to go in the third quarter of play. 52-36. Washington County with the lead. Willis comes down. Have I called Cameron Chad yet?
No, I don't think so.
His dad is the
Just your turf
assistant coach.
specialist.
He's my
That's
turf specialist. 3 on the way by Willis, no good. Rebound, Drew Yates up, no good. Tipped around, coming up with its Downs for Thomas Nelson. Coast to coast, all the way down, goes up, and a blocking foul called on Dickerson as Dickerson goes to the floor.
Good try. He just got there just a little too late, I think. That's going to be his third.
Charlie Jones on the call. Dickerson will have a seat as Burkhead will check in for Dickerson when Charlie Jones, our official, says he can. At the line, shooting 2 will be Isaiah Downs. He's had a big night tonight. Downs. Shot up and in. Now Burkhead will check in, and Dickerson will get a break. Nope, Drew Yates will. Oh, and now we're back right. Bernard Smalley stomps that big number 13 on the floor.
He didn't believe Dickerson had 3
couldn't
fouls
believe-
there for
yeah.
a second.
Says, damn, now Dickerson's out. Drew Yates was going to come out. Shot on its way, rolls off there. Jake Yates with the rebound. Jake Yates, he's an emotional guy. Grimacing after that, a 3 by Drew Yates rolls in.
That's his first 3 of the game.
How many
He's
points
got
he got?
2, 4, 6, 8, 11 total, but that's his first 3.
He's really shot it up from the outside, but his first 3. 55-37 Washington County. Back down court, Hunter Wimsett drives all the way down and trying to get it into the hands of Ben Height. Lost it out of bounds. Turnover. Going to give it back to Washington County. 3:10 to go in the third period of play, 55-37. Washington County with the lead. Willis, Hurst out there. Drew and Jake Yates in there along with Burkhead. Burkhead will have it. Burkhead lob to Hurst. Hurst back to Burkhead. Burkhead left corner, Willis. Back to Burkhead, over to Hurst, wasn't ready. Out of reach, out of bounds. Turnover. But to give it back to Thomas Nelson.
Yeah, that was an unexplained turnover there by Burkhead. He's a better player than that.
He's intense as well. He's bouncing around like a jumping bean out there. We go back to Downs. Downs down left side, finds Jerry Winston. Thought about the three, instead drives down the baseline. I believe he's going to be called for steps. Well, that's a late call.
It definitely was. He got from 4 foot on one side of the basket to 2 foot on the other side with no dribbles. It had to be something.
55-37. Washington County with the lead. Willis brings it down court. Finds Drew Yates. Floyd will check in at the next break-in play. Down to Jake Yates. Shot up no good, but he is fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
That foul's going to Height, his third. And Jake Yates going to the line. He has 6 points on the night, 0 for 1 from the free throw line.
He's an emotional player, to say the least. First shot up by Yates, no good.
I like it. I like his intensity.
He's animated. You know, he's always out there. He's either got a grimace or a big smile on his face.
Or he's chest thumping.
He's chest thumping.
He's done a few of those after those offensive rebound putbacks he's got.
Next one up. No good. Missed them both. Rebound underneath by Jerry Wimsett. 2:14 to go in the third. 55-37. Washington County 3-ball on the way. No good by Trey Radcliffe. Here comes Willis for the Commanders. Willis races down that right baseline. Lobs it over to Burkhead. Burkhead back to Willis. Taken away by Downs. Lazy pass. Downs all the way down, up and in. Man, I tell you what, Downs had a lazy first half, or first quarter. Maybe I shouldn't even call it lazy, but how about sluggish first quarter? But he has turned it on in this game tonight.
I don't know what happened between the first quarter and the second, but he turned into a different player.
55-39. Washington County. Hurst will have it, lost it. Now he'll pick it back up. Hurst to Drew Yates, back to Hurst. 1:28 remaining in the third. Back to Drew Yates for a three. Rims out. Rebound underneath by Jerry Wimson.
Just Jerry Wimson's all over the place, too. I like this player.
Oh, yeah, he's a nice ball player. Backs it out off the right side. Gets it over to Downs. 2-3 zone by Washington County. Now to Hunter Wimsett. 1:05 to go. Back to Radcliffe. Now to Hunter Wimsett for a three. No good. Rebound underneath. That's Drew Yates.
Hunter Wimson has 2 points on the night. He just hasn't been able to find his mojo tonight. With those early fouls, he just never could hadn't gotten in the ball game yet.
Willis will have it. Willis. Now the Burkhead, back to Willis. They're pulling it out, letting a little air out of the ball, I think. Burkhead back to Willis.
They trying to take the last shot of this quarter.
34 seconds to go. Burkhead will have it. Just kind of waiting out there, pulling them out of that zone, it looks like. 26 seconds to go. Burkhead, he'll be open. I'd say Bernard Smalley say we'll take the last shot. They're going to leave him be. Burkhead, little spin move, back outside, 13 seconds to go. Now Drew Yates over to Willis. Willis backs up, fadeaway three, rolls out of there. Rebound underneath, Thomas Nelson. They'll go to Downs, 3 seconds. Downs, left side, that's Wimsett, shot on the way, won't roll in, and that'll do it for 3 quarters of play. Let's put 8 on the board and have our final quarter tonight. Your score as we head to quarter number 4. Washington County 55, Thomas Nelson 39. You are listening to high school basketball on 100.9 WLSK.
High School, Chad Little, Beno Spalding, Hal B. Good bringing you Commander basketball on 100.9 WLSK. Washington County at the end of 3 quarters lead this one 55-39 over Thomas Nelson. And back to you, Tom, Hal B.
Kind of feel like, Thomas Nelson just not out of this ball game yet. They've come back even though, with the spread going on out there right now. Washington County with a comfortable lead, 55-39, but Thomas Nelson, they are coming after it. That's Wimsett, Jerry Wimsett, shot up no good. Drew Yates has it, he's fouled.
Then, Wimsett with the foul after the miss, going after his loose ball. That's just his first.
Yeah. Hurst, Willis, Drew Yates out there along with John Floyd and Dickerson. 55-39, Washington County with the lead and the ball. Hurst will have it. Man-to-man defense. Hurst to Willis.
Call travel. Willis and Smalley both wanted a foul there, and instead they got a travel call.
And Coach Bernard Smalley saying he held my player. Charlie Jones didn't pay much attention to. On the other end, shot rolls up. No good by Downs, but the loose ball picked up by Thomas Nelson. Wimsett, that's Jerry, a 3, banks it in.
Hey, it went.
Counts for 3.
Either way.
No matter how you do it. 55-42, Washington County.
Low-scoring third quarter for both teams. Washington County had 9 points in that third quarter. Thomas Nelson only 7.
3 on the way by Drew Yates. Yes. That's a big 3. Dandy shot by Drew, 58-42. Washington County. Radcliffe will have it. Now back over to Downs. Downs back around, able to find Radcliffe. Radcliffe with the ball. 6:28 remaining in this one. Down court, Jerry Wimsett will have it. Thought about the 3. Hurst picks him up on the defense. Now back on the outside, they'll go to Downs. Downs the fake, little hop, puts the shot up, no good. Rebound though underneath by Height. He puts the right-hander up and in.
Go big fella. Picking up his first 2 points of the game.
Bernard Smalley, head coach of the Commanders, goes right back to the bench. He's going to put the big fella in there, Jake Yates. 58-44. He's not going to take any chances with Thomas Nelson. If they start to get a little hot streak here, that could be problems in this fourth quarter of play. Drew Yates a 3, no good. Tipped around, Height had it, lost it, coming up with it's Downs. Downs through pressure, lays it up, it rolls in there. Hey, listen, you can't give him a little space, he'll take it. Bernard Smalley takes a timeout. It's going to be a full timeout, so we'll take a timeout. 5:36 remaining in this one. Washington County 58, Thomas Nelson 46. Back after this timeout on 100.9 WLSK.
Washington County High School, Chad Little, Beno Spalding, Hal B. Good bringing you Commander basketball action. Washington County leading 58-46 with 5:36 to go in the fourth quarter.
Big shout out to the Washington County IT folks up there. Thank you guys for picking up our audio on their Facebook Live.
We're live on Facebook?
I figured I'd tell you in the fourth quarter.
Man, I would have put some makeup on.
Well, so you don't have to worry about that. There's no cameras on us.
Oh,
they just pick up the audio. Audio only. Shot up no good by Washington County. Rebound by Thomas Nelson. They're a good bunch of guys up there. They work hard. Appreciate all the Facebook listeners tuning in to 100.9 WLSK. A 3 by Downs. Air ball out of bounds. what do you do if you're Thomas Nelson? You know, you've played well, 5:10 to go. That's like an eternity.
Well, yeah, and Downs doesn't shoot the ball well enough to be pulling up for three. So if Downs is going to shoot, he's got 20 points. He needs to be driving to the basket like he's done all night because his jump shot is not the prettiest thing I've ever seen.
Hurst.
They got to get some stops too. I mean, you can't let
Naturally.
Washington County keep scoring. You got to get some stops.
Hurst again. In the lane, puts it up, and oh, my. They're going to call the charge on Hurst. Don't know about that one. Maybe an Oscar for Hunter Wimsett.
Well,
But
he outweighs
nevertheless-
him by, probably 50 pounds. So if he touches him at all, he's gonna knock him off his block. He had a pretty good position, though.
58-46. Washington County.
Yeah, they're only down 12. I mean, you're
It's-
still within striking distance.
Scramble for it. Dickerson almost had a steal, and Downs had it. He touched it last, and out of bounds it goes. Commander basketball. So Washington County will have it on the inbounds. This is like a battle out there tonight. Commanders and Generals. See who has the highest rank after this one. There's Willis. Back to Drew Yates. Ball smacked away from behind by Jerry Wimson. And then we're going to have a Washington County foul, but let's wait and see.
Yeah, that's
Could be
Yates
a late call. But
being a little bit lazy.
Nope, they're going to call on Jerry Wimson. I'm going to tell you, Chad, that call could have gone either way as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, and Yates was just being lazy with the basketball out there.
Yeah, Coach Chris Tolliver coming over. Tolliver had spent, I know, some time at Caverna. And now his first year here at Thomas Nelson. But
I knew I'd seen him somewhere before.
I can't remember when he was head coach down there. But I know I've seen him there. Willis will have it for Washington County. 4:14 to go. Willis down low to Hurst up and in. Nice ball movement. This Washington County team's got a lot of potential, I think, this year.
Well, anybody on the floor at any time can score. You know, when they have 5 or 6 kids that can put the ball in the bucket.
Somebody has a down night, another one can pick them up. I think I think they can be a very dangerous team this year.
In the 5th region, you know, if Bardstown in the 19th district, you know, their Coach Smalley played it down a little bit, saying they weren't down, but they didn't look like the same Bardstown team that I have seen in the past against Marion County.
Downs drives down, lays it up and in, and timeout. Generals. And there looks like some time ran off the clock, and some of the folks unhappy with that. I didn't see if that was a 1 minute or a 30-second timeout. I don't even think they've called that yet. Now they're over here trying to get an idea of how
They put
much
8
time.
seconds back up there.
So they put 8 seconds back up there. We'll keep it right here during this break. It's a 30-second timeout. It's turned into a 60-second timeout with all the discussion of putting time back on there. But your score is Washington County 60, Thomas Nelson 48. Hal Good, Chad Lobino Spalding. Don't forget, coming up Monday night, Marion County will be on the road to Thomas Nelson, and we'll have the coverage of that game right here on 100.9 WLSK.
That'd be another 2 good ball games between.
And you're coming over for that one, right?
Yeah. See the girls and the boys play. And Downs for Thomas Nelson with unofficially 22 points.
60-48. Oh, yeah, Willis fouled on the floor. No, they're going to say he stepped out of bounds. I thought he was fouled before that.
He definitely got
He definitely got the elbow. I'll tell you what.
forearm shiver.
You know, 3:34 to go. A three-pointer here will put you in single digits. We'll see what happens. Art Smalley not very happy. As Thomas Nelson's hung around now. Good defense. Thomas Nelson Generals throw it away. Dickerson all the way down. Shot up, no good. A little unorthodox on that shot.
That was a
Down
wild
court,
one
Jerry
there.
Wimsett. Left side, Radcliffe. Shot up and in. Yeah, it's a 10-point game.
That was,
3:11 to go.
Floyd with the bucket there. Or Radcliffe, yeah.
Here's Drew Yates. Thomas Nelson man-to-man. Willis will have it. Under 3 minutes to go in this one. I'm going to start saying in regulation. Left side, Drew Yates. Drew Yates in the left corner. And the ball smacked away by Jerry Wimson out of bounds, but Art Smalley not happy.
I'm not sure.
I don't know if he's
Getting
not happy
after
as he
Drew
thought it
Yates,
was
I
a
think.
foul, or like you said, Drew Yates, does he think Yates is not paying attention out there?
Yates is playing a little bit lazy, is what it is.
Hurst.
He's being real nonchalant with the basketball.
Hurst into Drew Yates. Yates back over to Jake Yates. He'll drive, puts it up no good, but he's fouled.
That looked like great defense right there. Like great defense.
60-50. Thomas Nelson trailing Washington County. To the stripe we go. Jake Yates, 6'3" junior for the Commanders. First shot up. Got the roll. He kind of even moved his hips around to see it roll in. Doing a little tango out there. 61-50. Next one up. Rolls in there. Hit them both. He's feeling it. 62-50. Washington County. Hunter Wimsett. Back over to Downs. Downs finds Ratcliffe. Ratcliffe double team. Finds Hunter Wimsett. Wimsett off the right side and some contact, and they're going to call a charge on Wimsett. Hunter Wimsett picks up number 4. 2:26 to go. Washington County 62. Thomas Nelson 50. Willis down court. Willis off the right side. Finds Hurst. Hurst to Dickerson. Shot up and in. Austin Dickerson, the junior.
First bucket of the
64-50.
second half for Dickerson there.
Back to Downs. Outside to Jerry Wimson. The fake, the drive. Oh, nice pass inside to Height for the layup. Good eyes by Wimson. What an assist. 64-52. Dickerson couldn't get away with that one. Steps called. (64-52). A minute 54 to go in this one. Downs will kick it in for Thomas Nelson. Finds Hunter Wimson. Now over to Jerry Wimson. Thomas Nelson need to come up with some points here. Now back to Downs. Downs finds Hunter Wimsett. Wimsett trapped and a foul on Washington County. Washington County foul. They'll catch Hurst on this one. Number 2 on Devin Hurst. Josh Burkhead, the freshman, checks back in. Dickerson will have a seat. Dickerson looks like Robert Downey. The guy that's in Iron Man.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, you seen him?
Yep.
He looks like him.
Yep.
I think he does. 3 on the way, no good by Thomas Nelson.
That would have been big right
Or
there.
Sherlock Holmes. Downey was
Yeah.
Sherlock Holmes, too.
He can do about everything. Play any part.
Yeah, he could. He's Charlie Chaplin, 64-52. He looks like him. Hurst brings it back out. Washington County just really need to hang on here.
They're taking the air out of it.
Yeah, Chris Tolliver saying you had to put the fouls on them. Right now there's 5 team fouls. Willis calling on Ratcliffe to foul Willis. He's going to have to, and he does.
1 minute remaining.
1 minute left to go. Foul's going to be on Trey Ratcliffe. 16 fouls, so need one more before you put Washington County at 1 in the bonus. Washington County into Burkhead, and they're saying commit the foul.
Yeah, but
Hunter's got
Wimson
4.
doesn't
Yeah.
want to, yeah.
Back outside they'll go. Drew Yates. Now they're calling for the foul. They go to Hurst. Hurst finally fouled by Trey Ratcliffe. 48 seconds to go. It's going to put Devin Hurst at the line. Washington County, Devin Hurst at the stripe.
I got a score from over at Adair County.
Lay it on us.
Adair County Indians lead Marion County Knights at the half, 45-42.
Wow, good game going on down there in district action as well. Good district games tonight. Hurst back up, and this one goes in. It's a both 66-52. Washington County. 42 seconds. A three up, no good by Hunter Wimsett. Now back out to Jerry Wimsett for a three. Got it.
Man, he's had a heck of a game.
Timeout. Thomas Nelson, full timeout. We'll take a timeout. 33.4 seconds left to go. Your score, Washington County 66, Thomas Nelson 55. You're listening to high school basketball on 100.9 WLSK.
To Washington County High School Commander basketball right here on 100.9 WLSK. Chad Lilbino Spalding, Hal B. Good, bringing you boys and girls action tonight. Real close to finishing this thing up, 65-55. Washington County lead with 33 seconds to go. Washington County up 11 with the basketball. Take it away, Hal B.
We'll see a quick foul here, Chad, and a foul even before the ball was inbounds as Downs will foul Willis. Isaiah Downs. This will be his second. Cameron Willis, 5'10 junior. How many threes and how many points? 7 threes?
He's hit 7 threes, and he's got 25 points total.
At the line. Shot up. Good.
That is his first points of the fourth quarter, though.
He is a much better three-point shooter than he is turf management specialist. He's pretty good, though.
Is that right?
Him. Yeah.
You tidy things up pretty good?
Second up. Yeah, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. His dad is pretty good as well. And we see them all out there. Back on the other end, layup won't roll in for Hunter Wimsett. Rebound, Willis. Yeah, we'll see a foul, and Jerry Wimsett will foul him. See my turf management specialist back to the line. He got a lot of good mowings in this year, you know.
It was a busy mowing season because it never got dry.
Yeah.
Never dried out much.
He mowed a bunch. I'm glad he was doing it, not me. I don't want to lose him. I'm hoping to keep him at least another year as a junior. Willis at the line hits this one. Those turf management specialists are hard to find around.
Yeah, I had an
East Texas where I live.
18-year-old son that took care of most of mine.
Willis hits the second one. My son is a turf management specialist, and when he would mow it, it looked like a bad haircut. Wimsett at the three, up, no good.
Lack of effort or what?
I don't know what the deal was. He tells me lack of pay. You know, it was one of those free jobs. Whistle of the foul. You know, it's one of those cost of living type of jobs when my son mowed the yard. You're mowing it cost. You're going to be able to sleep in a bed for free tonight.
They don't get that,
Cost
though, do
you
they?
go to my refrigerator and get food. Willis back at the stride. Willis is a good kid. Shot up and in. We're going to see a lot of folks come in now as subs. Paul Hayden will check in. Hayden, a 5'11 junior. Also in there, Christian Smith, a 5'10 sophomore. Talked about Smith being in there. And I don't have number 30. Shot up by Willis, rolls out of bounds.
No, I don't have a 30 either.
23. I don't have a 23 either. So, something we have to work on. Three on the way, no good. Tipped around, no good. Whistle and a foul. Foul is going to be on Ben Height. Fourth. They said it's his 5th. Hang on a second. I had just his 4th.
I got
so
5.
That's his 5th.
Yep.
Okay. Just 6 seconds to go. Stay tuned. Post game, we'll have Bernard Smalley up here. Talk to him. Coach Chris Tolliver going to the bench. He'll send Jesse Bowman in there. And to the stripe we go. Paul Hayden, 5'11 junior. Hayden at the line, shooting 2. First one up, rolls off there. Hayden played football for Washington
He looks
County.
like a football player.
He looks like a football player. See if we can get a free throw in for him this evening. Attaboy. Hit it. 73-55. Washington County will win this one. Shot up, rolls off there for Thomas Nelson, and that'll do it. That's Washington County. We'll hold on to win this one. Your final score, Washington County 73, Thomas Nelson High School 55. So in boys action, a big win for Washington County and Bernard Smalley this evening, as Washington County will now improve the record to 4-4, as Thomas Nelson will fall to 0-5. Keep it right here. Post game coming up for you in just a moment. You're listening to high school basketball on 100.9 WLSK.